Hi, friends. Welcome to a very special surprise, but also on schedule play shift. Lorecasters presents Play Shift presents Anathema Drylands Daggerheart.
Lorecasters presents Play Shift presents
Yeah,
a lot of
Lorecasters
presents.
presents a
Prevents.
lot of friends having a great time together on a Friday night. How's it going, everybody?
Oh, we're here. We're doing
Yeah.
it.
We're doing it.
Yeah.
Look, we gotta
So
we gotta
excited
say
to play.
Yeah. This is the next installment of our Anathema Drylands campaign, playing Daggerheart. We did a little kind of, what would you call it? Little side story last time we did it. About 2 weeks ago, we did a little one-shot that showed about a year ago, a year before this timeline, where the first Colossus, the Akiri Colossus, arose over Wyland's Gulch. We now return to our the normal timeline here, present events in the year 502 of the of Telemir, and Telemir, the godless world. Here on the Anathema Drylands, where Colossi run amok, and our heroes are just trying to eke out a living in a world and a land where people are just looking for something to believe in. Welcome to the Anathema Drylands. Who do we have playing with us today? I'm Carter. I'll be your Loremaster this evening.
Hi, I'm Chris. Thanks for joining. Before I introduce my character, I would love to introduce a round of incredible characters. Thank you so much to our good friends Jay Poyo, Bobby, and Mayank. They are patrons of our work, and if you want to be like them and be fantastic characters too, head to our Patreon. But yeah, I'm playing Bronco tonight. He's a druid. He used to be a bad guy, now he's a neutral guy. I'll talk more about that with my new instinct. Or not my instinct, my experience. Sorry, I forgot how to play Daggerheart. But yeah, we leveled up, so I'm really excited about new stuff. But yeah, Bronco, he's a cool guy. If you've watched any of this, then you know Bronco.
We love Bronco, the wind sniffer.
Hello. Hi, I'm Danny. I'm playing Thither. He is a goblin beastbound ranger. Yes, I'm playing another one. Yes, I just love them that much. His animal buddy is a little coyote named Tacoma, and he has a raven familiar named Rampage. And he's just a little green-skinned goblin with curly red hair. He's got on like a little leather, not quite a cowboy hat, but like in that vein. He's got on a poncho and some cool boots, and he has a bow on his back. The weapon, not a ribbon, but he might have a ribbon.
He's got a bow on his bow.
A bow on his bow. I have a bow on my bow. Yeah. His name's Thither. He's cute. We love him.
And he's someone's bow, too.
Yeah, Bronco's definitely
Bronco.
mentioned that he has a boyfriend in passing.
That's me.
That's him.
My sound is coming through. I hope it is. My name is Sun. I'm one of the guests on Lorecaster. Your off-season members, and I'll be reprising my role as Casimir, a prince from a foreign land. Who? What was the name of that foreign land again, Mr. DM?
A Tarrant. Tarand. One of the consonants here.
The land of Terran is embroiled in constant war, and a civil war, in fact, within one of the five houses, has produced Casimir, a crown prince who now seeks to learn the secrets of Essentia and bring the knowledge of the blood arcanum, the way that a soul can interact with Essentia, back to his kingdom. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. And speaking of Essentia, that is one of the most important geological phenomena here in the Anathema Drylands, or as it is colloquially referred to as just the Anathema Drylands. Essentia, one of the major turning points of our story, is this cool little blue crystal It's kind of between sapphire and aquamarine. If they were charged with like raw arcane energy, almost like a lightning hue to it. Think of like a lightsaber, where it's like a little white in the middle and then blue on the edges. And this substance has created a gold rush here in the Anathema Drylands, where all kinds of folk from all over Telemir come to try to mine this substance for its raw arcane power in order to use that power to power various things, such as trains, such as weaponry like guns. Their guns exist in this world, electric lights and things like that. Think of a very industrial, like late 1800s style, like late industrial height of industry. But here in the Anathema Drylands, civilization is sparse, and one of the beacons of civilization, one of the beacons of hope on this continent, is Wyland's Gulch, where we find our heroes today. Wyland's Gulch is a gulch. It is a mesa with a cleft in the middle where people have made a home here in this city. It rises about 200 feet up on either side, and then in this cleft that runs about north to south, with a train track running through the middle, buildings rolling up the sides, a bunch of levers and pulleys that let people crawl up and down this mesa or this gulch to their domiciles in various buildings of industry. We find our heroes here. The other thing I would be remiss if I did not mention is the 300-foot tall Colossus that walks around the perimeter of this town. The Ikiri Colossus, once the Ikiri Mesa, just to the north of this city, awoke just over a year ago in our timeline here. And was a bane to the continent of the Anathema Drylands. But thanks to the efforts of our heroes here, primarily Bronco and a couple other folks, the Witch Nine Fingers, and the fighter, the warrior, John Redtusk, who gave his life to free the Ikiri Colossus from nefarious mind control. The Ikiri Colossus now stands as a guardian over this fair town. Wyland's Gulch is quite significant. It is the largest city, the largest settlement here in the Anathema Drylands, because when the Colossus arose over a year ago, it revealed a massive vein, a massive mine of Essentia in the crater that it left. And this Essentia led the town to become a booming cooperative where everybody in this town has an equal stake. And there are a lot of nefarious elements and enemies that want to take over this town and plunder its riches, but the people of Wyland's Gulch stand strong thanks to the support and the defense of our heroes here. So we have Bronco, we have Casimir, and we have Thither. Or Thither.
I'm Thither.
Right?
Hither's my sister.
Hither's your sister. So Thither here. And where do we all find you guys in Wyland's Gulch today?
It's got to be a good place to have a party somewhere here, right?
Right. Like I'm gonna barbecue in a backyard.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Oh yeah. There's almost no backyards here in the in Wyland's Gulch, because everything is like butted up against the mesa, like the walls of the gulch. So everything is very front facing. All of the buildings kind of just have a.
So we're in someone's front yard having carne asada.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's made out of some sort of goat hybrid. So you're eating. So it's more of like a lamb
geef?
or something. It's geef, yeah. it's goat beef.
Carne gasada.
Carne gasada.
Ooh, carne asada.
So we find our heroes here at a barbecue, and dancing all around you, you see these little elemental spirits of like one of like little air elemental spirits, not of like any humanoid shape, but with some sort of sentience, some sort of animus to it. This little wind spirit rolls around. You see like a little storm cloud kind of rolling on by, a little dust cloud of earth rumbling underneath your feet, almost like a little onyx, like little Pokemon style earthen snake made up of multiple tiny rocks, burrows under the ground and moves around. But little elemental creatures, all about maybe like no taller than like 6 to 12 inches tall or long in any one of them. But they are these mischievous little elemental spirits that have become new denizens of Wyland's Gulch with the advent of the Akiri Colossus being your town's new guardian. This town has enjoyed the last 2 months of peace, where none of the nefarious elements have tried to come in and take your guys' stake away or tried to bribe you guys out of giving up your share in Wyland's Gulch. Because all enemies of Wyland's Gulch are afraid of the Akiri Colossus. So what are you guys doing here at this barbecue today?
Bronco's making out with Thither.
Yeah.
Just full on.
Sneaky little makeout sesh every once in a while.
Yeah. As is deserved.
Where's Thither been? I feel like
He has been oot in a boot. Him and his sister were doing secret, sneaky, thievy stuff, because obviously me and Julia are going to be thieves. We were busy doing things. You guys were saving the world, and we were working in the background.
Yeah, Hither, Thither, and Yon.
Yon is our brother.
3 siblings. Yeah, Yon has become a sort of protector, almost like a protege to the Silver Seraphs here, the kind of town marshals in the city.
Yeah. I'm probably playing fetch with Tacoma. Maybe it's Rampage and Tacoma playing fetch together.
Oh,
It's just Rampage picking stuff up and throwing it, and Tacoma running around. They're very good friends, my familiar and my animal companion.
Yeah, you go to see like what they're playing with, and you realize it's like a little rolled up garmadillo. It's a little goat armadillo, so it's just like a little ball that has goat horns, like ram horns, sticking out the sides. It's like rolled up in a ball, and they're just passing it back and forth.
That's cute, little babies.
Yeah, and the garmadillo seems to enjoy it. Their game of fetch is aided by a little wind elemental that just like a little tornado spirit that just kind of shows up, and whenever like the garmadillo would like go to hit the floor, it like creates a little gust under it and then just lowers it to the ground or pops it into Rampage the coyote's mouth, or sorry, Tacoma the coyote's mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Where do we find
Casimir
Casimir?
with fascination at this little interplay of magic and kind of child's play. And that's kind of all happening at the same time. Is there anyone who's like very well dressed, very very elegant looking here? Maybe someone with connection.
I'm wearing a poncho. You don't get more well dressed than that.
Yeah.
We're looking for real quality here. Anyone who looks like they've really put some attention into either making their own or sourcing their own.
Yeah, you see that there is a gentleman that came to town a couple of days ago, looking sort of a businessman. He's got like a nice bolo tie. It's got like an essentia rock right in a little essentia piece of crystal right in the middle of it, which tells you that he's got some wealth behind him. Kind of tan, almost like a seersucker suit, a little bit with bolo tie, and a nice light tan Stetson atop his head. Handlebar mustache with a soul patch in the middle. Looks like this guy's made of money, but he has just been constantly harassed by all of these little elementals over the last day or so. You see the bottoms of his boots are a little charred from some capricious fire elementals that have kind of nipped at his heels a bit.
Does he? Do I happen to recognize the guy? Is he unknown? Has he come to town and caused problems for anyone that's in the town, or is he like a respected business?
I'll say we'll leave this up to a roll. Go ahead and give me we'll call this a knowledge roll to see if you are familiar with this individual.
Sure. Let's go ahead and make a knowledge roll. which I have +2.
Can I also just do like a vibe check? Do like an instinct?
Oh. That's a crit from me.
Ooh. Wow.
You know this man. He is one of the shareholders of the very famous mercantile company known as Mercurio's Curio Company or Mercurio's Courier Co. Their motto being "We carry your curios in a hurry-o." And they're
up.
sort of the logistics industry here in the Drylands. You would know them, Casimir. They do have warehouses and installations on Terrand as well as some of the other continents. A massive shipping and logistics empire, and looks like they've sent a representative to make a hold here within the Drylands, specifically to make a deal with the now famous city of Wyland's Gulch. This man's name is Cassio Arundel.
Cassio.
Like the watch.
Like the watch.
Like the
Well,
what?
Casimir.
Wow, Cassio
Yeah,
and Casimir.
Wearing that Cassio ice. Casimir will sidle up to Mr. Arundel. Sir, you seem to have adjusted pretty well to the climate. Can you offer any tips and tricks?
You know, the heat has never done me well, but and you see his hat has begun to like lift off of his head as the little wind cyclone elemental has like created a little tornado up on top of his head that just like lifts this hat off, but he hasn't quite noticed yet. And you realize that he wears the hat to kind of like hide the thinning, sort of like monkish bald spot that he has at the crown of his head. And he says, "Well, no, the heat's never really treated me well, but what makes me sweat even more is returning to my investors without a deal here in Wyland's Gulch."
Would be a shame, would it not?
Yes. You wouldn't
What,
happen to have any ins with the mayor now, would you?
I
I've been
can't
trying to
promise.
schedule a meeting now for the last 36 hours, and she has yet to take my call.
What are you offering to him?
Oh, a very, very generous and lucrative trade deal, Mr.
Mr. Casimir, you can call me Casimir. I am
Casimir.
merely an investor here as well.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Cassio Arundel.
Cassio Arundel. I recognize your name.
He
From
gives
the
a
Curio.
full-on genuflect, and yes, you are. I'm sure you are quite familiar with my repartee, as it were. The Mercurio Curio Co. The name does get around.
So you are offering the mayor a deal, and she simply does not want to. Perhaps she's busy. Who knows?
Oh yes, I mean running a town with this much prestige, and there's like a little minor earthquake as the Ikiri Colossus just boom bounds around the city, or bounds on the exterior of the city. You see he just kind of like gulps and tightens his bolo tie a little bit, dealing with the goings on of this city, as it were.
Yes, it has been a little bit chaotic. And I'll kind of let the vibe of the party, kind of go past us, kind of surround us, as I'll sort of settle in to drink beside him, give him some company.
Yeah.
And if I can't get him in with the mayor, at least I can be a friend.
Yes, if you could get me a meeting with Madam Hartley, I would be very much appreciative. As and he kind of like leans into you a little bit, as would my board, sir. He kind of gives
Is
you
anyone
like
else
a bit of a wink.
listening to this conversation, or am I just kind of off to the side?
I'll leave that up to our players here, but for anybody else listening to this conversation, Son, go ahead and roll me your hope and your fear die. And if your fear die is higher, then sure, someone else is listening in. This is more of a luck roll.
Rolling both. My hope is one higher.
Okay, yeah. You do not, you don't think anyone else is detecting this conversation, but I'll leave it up to our other players here if they're listening in or not.
Yeah, I'm definitely listening.
Yeah.
I'm like leaning over to Thither, and I'm like, yeah, this man's company, last time they showed up in town, a box tried to kill everybody.
A box?
Yeah, they're in like shipping and their boxes try to kill people.
Oh.
Or something. I don't really understand.
Is this common knowledge?
Yeah, it was the Marie
Curie.
Yeah, it was Marie Curie. Except like
she killed everyone with boxes.
Yeah, she killed everyone. She killed everybody with her box.
Her box killed everybody. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. We'll keep an eye out for any packages.
And
all of this was just like in a very like just a whisper, like a sweet nothing in the ear.
Yeah, it looks
just
like
just a little coquettish little.
Yeah, it's a little sweet nothing, and then I just grab a random stick and throw it, so that way Tacoma can go play catch.
Yeah, Tacoma runs after it, but that same little wind, or I would say a different little wind elemental, kind of like sweeps it up and just keeps it just outside of his like jaws reach, and keeps him chasing it around in circles.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. You know Robert Bobbington?
Bobbington?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how he's useless?
Yes.
All right. Well, his friend Grid, who's like an actual good artificer, he made me this, and he kind of lifts up his duster, and he has like a sawed-off shotgun.
Wow, that's loud.
At the carne asada, a sawed-off shotgun.
Carne asada shotgun. Wow, that's loud. Yeah, I mean it's cool. Can I look at it?
Yeah, sure. He hands it to
Bronco is the safety
Oh, he does
on.
Actually, I did increase my finesse, so I do a sweet like spin with it.
Okay.
I'm gonna hand you my bow so we can do tradesies.
Ooh, yeah. Is it like how big is it? Short bow?
It's just, a short bow because I'm small.
Okay. Yeah, I take it, and I'm just like feeling the tension on the spring. I'm like, ooh, yeah, that's good material.
Right? Yeah. It's a real good bow, and I'm just gonna like. Danny does not know how to handle any kind of weaponry.
Yeah.
So. Huh? Wow.
Right as you're like you're kind of moving it around, you see old Jezra just kind of like takes his like finger, puts it on the barrel as you're like rotating it closer to your face. He just like pushes it a little bit further away. He gives Bronco a little like wink and a nod and just kind of saunters off. Old Jezra, just like this like 4'9" old man, suntanned, like leathery skin. Always wears like overalls that are basically just trousers and suspenders, no shirt. Walks around barefoot.
Good for him.
Jezra was not invited.
He has a flagon of what you think is like ale, but it's just probably straight up whiskey. Just like drinking whiskey by the pint.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez.
My goodness.
Keep that sawed off away from him.
Yeah, that's one
He's
way to do
definitely
it.
gonna end up with it by the end of the night. Fuck. That fucking
I can just take it
rascal.
back.
Wait, hold on. Wait, Jezra grabbed it?
No, Jezra, he just like pointed the barrel away as Thither is like moving it around. He saw that he was about to like rotate the barrel towards his face and just kind of like pointed it the other way. In a stunning display of arms safety by Jezra.
You should have shot him when you had the chance.
There's always a chance.
It's my mortal enemy.
But my question to you all is, what would you have done in the following 2 months of the Kiri Colossus having become the guardian of Wyland's Gulch, and a month ago you apprehended the person who was behind those battle boxes, those strange mechanical devices? Yeah. It was on the Mercurio Curio Co's wagon, but you discovered that the origin of these was this gnomish man named Albie Duncan, who it seems had been contracted or was working in consort with the Blackstone Mercenary Guild.
He do be Duncan.
Yeah, he do be Duncan. But you have him. You have him in your.
He's not very smart.
Yeah, you guys have him in your cells right now. But a couple things that you have learned in the preceding times is that he is the inventor of the Essentia refinery equipment that is made purely of blackstone. He explained to you how the resonant quality of blackstone against the resonant quality of Essentia created sort of like a negative pressure field that pushed the arcane power from the Essentia and allowed it to be housed in sort of batteries and able to be used to power all kinds of things, lights, trains, refined into things like gunpowder and things like that to power firearms. So you guys do have plans and sort of like the beginnings of blueprints for this sort of refinery, but not a working refinery machine right now. But that has been your last month here in the Drylands. So what have you guys been doing since?
If there's a focus that I could go for, besides just making sure an incident like that would never happen again, so protecting the town from the Blackstone Company, or doing regular patrols to make sure that no weird secrets are getting seeped out of town into other places, just keeping this a refuge as much as possible.
Yeah.
I think a focus could be figuring out how to heal Essentia. So once the essence has been pushed out of it, is there any way to bring it back in and heal the crystal?
Yeah, I mean, so the crystal itself, yeah, it is nigh indestructible. It can only be blown apart by with devices like thunder bombs themselves. Not an explosive material as far as like a combustible reaction, but like literally a thunderclap is released from within these bombs, and thunderous energy and lightning energy does seem to have an effect on Essentia. But when this energy is pushed out, all you're left with is just this precious indestructible blue crystal, or nigh indestructible blue crystal, I should say. So it's not necessarily that it needs healing, but you have discovered that it can house other arcane powers. So it can, you've heard a tale of other continents where Essentia has been used to house spirits even, almost to imprison spirits against their will. But yeah, it is sort of a perfect arcane storage system, but not in a way that it can be pulled out and used all the time. It does need to be refined in a way that it can be used to power things like trains and power systems and stuff like that. Bronco, the last few nights, having returned from this, I would say over the last month since freeing the Akiri Colossus, you've had dreams of John Redtusk's sacrifice, just kind of this recurring dream of the resonance that you felt of the Essentia against the pylons of Blackstone within the Akiri Colossus during that final confrontation. The spirit, or like the echo that was left behind, made of this blue power that you know to be connection. This connection echo of John Redtusk staying behind and kind of urging you to not pursue vengeance, but to pursue a better and more noble path. Mm-hmm. The second part of that recurring dream, you find yourself at the edge of the eternal dust storm at the northern rim of this continent known as the Hell Rim, Helrim. This eternal dust storm, Bronco, it has always been there as far as you can tell. It is a place of danger, of monsters. It is actually where gritworms go to during their mating season. They'll ride into the Hell Rim and then a couple months later ride out with new gritworm pups. But it is incredibly dangerous, and in your entire life you have been told never to go there, don't bother over there. It's nothing but destruction and cataclysm there. But this dream, this recurring dream, at least the second part of it, continues to call you back as you see your companion, Kimmy Schmidt, the unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. This beautiful gorse that would not be tamed by you, a master gorse tamer, a master gorse herder. This is one that would not be broken, and you reconnected in the events of our adventures here on PlayShift. But in your dream, you continue to see Kimmy Schmidt surrounded by this little blue, almost like a wind spirit, like a little gorse made of like this blue connection energy that continues to ride around Kimmy Schmidt and like give her the power of flight. And Kimmy Schmidt flies off into the storm, into this hell rim, and you have this dream over and over and over again. And it's at different places in the Drylands. You feel the stars are a little different, but it's this, it's a similar vibe of your soul, your essence being called into the hell rim. And I think this is you've just come off of like the 30th night of having had this dream consecutively. How does that dream, how does that recurring, it could be a nightmare with remembering John Redtusk. How does Bronco feel about that?
I think in this past month, that's been like weighing on him a lot, and I think he like has become kind of obsessed with it. And so I don't know if there's like a bookstore or like a book repository or maybe just like a schoolhouse or something, but he tries to find like a map of the area. What do you think would be most appropriate of those?
You have a friend, a wizard in town, who is kind of like has become the town's sort of librarian, or is like basically she took over the town's library that was like pretty much nothing. But in the years since she's been here in the Drylands, she has added her own books to this collection, and whatever books that have come through this town, she's like mandated a policy, almost like Alexandria of old, where like if a book comes into Wyland's Gulch, it has to be copied down. It's confiscated, copied down. The original given back to its owner, and then the copy stored in this library, sort of an old warehouse, but she's made it nice. You know Mary Lou,
Right.
the elven wizard, Stephanie's character, a friend, Lorecaster.
So I think he went into the repository, and like, so this ties into my new experience, which is the good, the bad, and the Bronco. It's this like transition he's having from like always tending to like think negatively or like having the urge to like just act out or lash out or be violent or be just kind of a bad person. He has that instinct, and that he's getting better at fighting it now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think he like went into that, saw the map that he needed, and like pocketed it, put it into his duster, and then felt bad about it and took it out. And then realized that like Mary Lou had been watching him the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in this month he's been like actually talking to her and like talking about his feelings, which he has never really done.
Feelings.
So yeah, I think that's what he's kind of been doing for the past month, is like trying to not be such a piece of shit. And it's hard for him, but he's working on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think
We'll do a fun thing here. Mary Lou is going to do a Daggerheart team-up roll with you. And instead of like, so we'll do an action roll together. So you're going to roll, I'm going to roll, and you can add whatever of your skills you would like to this. She's going to add her knowledge roll, and she's also she would spend her hope for the day on to add her experience of librarian to this. So she's going to add, what's your max experience right now? Is it a +3 or +4?
Still +2.
+2, okay. So
Yeah,
she's gonna
I
add.
haven't added any.
She'll add 2, and she'll add, I think, 3 to this. So she's gonna add a total of 5 to her 2d12.
Okay.
And then you can roll as well and see what you get.
Okay. She'll probably do better. Ooh! Oh my god. I roll good in this game for some reason. That's a. Oh. I mean, it's not that great, actually. I have a +0 to knowledge, so 15 with hope.
A 15 with hope. Okay, she got a 23. She got a 23 with fear. So which of the 2 rolls would you like to take?
Ooh.
That's a tough question. What should I take?
Fear.
Okay, 23 with fear.
Okay. Yeah, I think what you're adding to this is like you've lived here your entire life, but she's like a visitor. She probably comes from one of these other continents. I think probably either Sable or Terrand, and is a visitor here on a study abroad. But your number one thing is the grit worms. Like that is their breeding grounds. But that only they could be big and scary enough to survive the sandstorms there and whatever other monsters and evil things lurk in there. But I think on that roll with fear, but on that 23, her research tells you that she's actually looked a lot into what happened to the gods and what happened to this continent and why Essentia came about. And the prevailing theory is that over 500 years ago, about 502 years ago now, the gods disappeared from this planet, taking all knowledge of their lore, history, worship, religion, sects of belief and divinity with them. And also this continent of Catanathema was razed, like parts of it, like this entire continent, like a layer of it was bombarded and cut away. But if that were the case, the atmosphere would have been like nuclear winter. The atmosphere would have been so filled with debris by this godly bombardment or whatever else had happened that the world wouldn't exist as it does today. But we do have clear skies, and for the last 500 years we've had clear skies. So it wasn't like we had this nuclear winter and then it went away. So there is a theory that something happened, that all of this debris that occurred that in the wake of the destruction of this continent was channeled somewhere and gathered. And on that 23 with fear, her personal theory and that of many academics is that all of that debris was channeled into this permanent storm at the northern edge of this continent known as the Hell Rim. So it is just the cloud of destruction that continues to churn.
Okay.
That is very...
One thing in your dreams that became more prevalent as it's gone on, and I think what's gotten you to a point of like wanting to do something about it, is this like clanging, this like metallic clanging that you hear in the background. And it was subtle enough before, but now you're likening it to the sound and the resonance of Blackstone, that resonant sound that seemed to drive the Ikiri Colossus towards anger and what pointed it towards this city. And somewhere within that storm, that clanging is resounding, and but beyond that, you don't know.
It's bad news. Okay.
That deep one, the Blackstone stuff was scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with that information. It sounds really bad.
You guys have about 9 of those pylons that were surrounding the central cluster of Essentia in the Ikiri Colossus's skull. So all those exist in Bobbington's and Grid's workshop, and they've kind of been doing tests and stuff on those. But I think as you were walking by one day, you heard like they're like banging tuning forks against it, and you're like, wait, that's the sound from my dreams. That's what's been popping up recently. So you do have access to a lot of refined and like engraved Blackstone.
Okay.
Do you want to try, and at some point maybe over the last couple of months I would have come up to you actually, when I hear that when I see you react differently as you walk past the tuning forks, that kind of sparks something.
Yeah, I think I'm just like on top of the building, or just at their lab, just like staring in the direction.
That's probably,
and like he's there for like at least an hour every day, just like staring in the direction.
My goodness. Grid comes up to you in a tavern one night, Thither, and he goes, so your boyfriend has been real intense lately. Just kind of just straight up Batmaning us,
He
posted at the top of the building.
He's a thinker.
lightning strike behind him and everything.
Yeah,
He's a thinker. He's thinking.
Okay, well, could you, it is a little hard to do our work, while we're being gazed upon so intently, and, I honestly think you're a great couple, and I think that gaze should really just kind of be focused on you.
Most gays do focus on me, but I'll try to get him back. It's okay.
And he's just walking away. He's just like,
Clock it.
and he spins and turns around.
Incredible.
Him and Bobbington famously roommates.
They were roommates.
They were so roommates. And so was Albie, you know.
That's true. How are they adjusting? Before I inquire.
They're happy to see him behind bars. They were kind of in their young adult lives. They tinkered a lot together. And lots of springs and cogs. And they did a lot of great stuff, but Albie kind of was too ambitious and was willing to push a lot of boundaries that they were not willing to, and he kind of went off and did his own thing for money and profit and stuff, and they were just in it for the love of the game. So they're happy to see that he's no longer in a place where he can be evil, but they do visit him from time to time and try to see if they can get through to him. But Albie has just been silent for like the last couple weeks or so after having revealed the secret of Essentia Distillery or Refinery.
It's a shame that such an interesting and kind friendship could go so awry. Definitely fills Casimir with a little bit of sadness, but he has more pressing matters, like his friend T-posing at the top of a building with lightning flashing behind him for like an hour a day. So I'm gonna do that first.
Yeah, and Casimir, you've been working a lot with the two resident Silver Seraphs of the town, Wyatt Donshot, kind of a hotshot, like early 30s human man who is a sort of cowboy, two 6-shooters at his side, but think of like a paladin cowboy. Where they use they've found the Silver Seraphs, this order has found a way to access the divine realm of justice, even without the god of justice being present or around at all. Their sense of justice being so prevalent that they can call upon its power to empower themselves with like flights and super shiny guns and stuff. But you have worked with Wyatt Donshot and his mentor, the half-orc Rick O'Shea, quite a lot to defend the town in the last month or so.
Yeah, absolutely. I've learned some tactics from them, even taken on some of their philosophy. As an aside, with my multi-class into Seraph from Bloodhunter, I've very likely learned from my own experience with Connection how maybe these individuals have some sort of connection to Connection in their own right. Have I ever seen them manifest that kind of energy before while they're if we ever do a raid, let's say against encroaching Blackstones, or we find a base, do I ever see them use connection power?
Yeah, so this connection, these blue threads of energy that you've seen around, almost that seem to follow some of these wind or some of these elementals in the town, and at times you can see like almost ribbons of threads of light curling around the Ikiri Colossus itself. You do not think that is where they draw their power from. You don't think that they draw their divine power from connection. No?
Okay. So if that's the case, I replicate some of the powers that they have. After seeing it, I go, how can I do this with my own blood arcana? And I've learned how to patch up wounds on the fly, how to empower my allies, maybe all of them at once. And I'm going to take some of that experience with me as with my new experience, Wasteland Couture, how to adapt my own magic and my own personality to this strange new territory that I'm in. I'll come up to you up onto the roof one day, Bronco, and kind of sit down on the rim beside you. How's it going, buddy?
Oh, sorry. Didn't see you there. There's something wrong. There's something out there. I can't stop feeling it. And I know that don't make no sense, but...
I've had the feeling before, but probably about different things. Is there anything that I can do to help you?
I think it's a problem that needs dealing with eventually. The odds seem impossible.
It's that dream again, huh?
Huh?
It's that dream again. Yeah, the one you were talking about a little while ago.
It hasn't stopped every night. I wouldn't ask you to throw your life away on a hunch, but I think something's wrong out there.
Cannot bring this knowledge back to my kingdom unless I know exactly how it works and how dangerous it could potentially be. And I feel like the Colossi, yes, are fundamentally tied to the power of Essentia. If I were to bring this, and I kind of float the crystal out of my chest, and it floats in front of me. If I were to bring this back...
Holy shit!
Oh, sorry about that. I kind of plop it back in. If I were to bring this back, and they were not to know of its drawbacks, then it could spell disaster for myself and the family of Sir Montier. So, until I know everything about this, my blade is yours, Bronco. I'll put my hand on my short sword. Come on.
He'll just kind of like punch your shoulder. Be like, damn it. It takes a lot for me to trust people, and you got me in less than a fucking month. You're
It is my impeccable style. And he'll flick his collar and swish around. Call me if you need anything, brother.
all right.
What
and he
does
just goes back to
Bronco-
staring.
Yeah. Thither, next to you, at this carne asada, you see old Jezra is just like, there's something out there, you know, the winds is changing. And he just goes, huh? Your little toot. The back of his overalls just kind of like pop out a little bit. Well, I know.
I'm just gonna go right back over to Bronco, and I'm like, okay. So first he complains to me that you're thinking too hard and too much around him, saying something needs to change, something's out there, and then he has the audacity to come up to me, say that exact thing, and then fart. He's making a mockery of you.
That man's existence is a mockery to me.
All right.
I'm trying to learn to
We'll
live
figure
with
something
him.
out. Why?
Trying to be a
Why do
better
I have to live with
person.
it? Fine. Fine.
We
can be better people.
As we zoom back,
I don't
into
need
this-
you to be a better person. You're already perfect as you are.
That's true.
In fact, never change. Unless, of course, you feel like it.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna pat him on his back, and I'm like, but something out there is changing, and then I'm gonna fart.
Son of...
Oh.
You see her, Jezra, just kind of like, ah! He just like slaps both of his knees at once. And you see Logan Hartley make an appearance at this party here now in this present moment. And you see her make eye contact with the three of you. And there's a grave look on her face. She kind of like nods over to you three, and she walks into an alley between a couple of these warehouses.
I'll shoot a look to the other two. And then follow her into the alley.
I think I can telepathically talk to Rampage. Yeah, I'm just gonna ask Rampage to like fly around and just keep an eye on things.
You said this was who? Logan?
Mayor Logan Hart. Yeah, Logan Hartley.
Oh yeah, no question. Bronco immediately pops up to follow.
I'll walk behind you. Tacoma at her feet.
You walk into this alley, and she's just kind of pacing back and forth, kind of biting her fingernails, kind of a nervous tick of hers. And she's just kind of biting them and just kind of chewing, and looks up at you, and she says, kind of like looks around to the party to make sure no one's kind of listening, and walks up to the three of you and says, we're hearing word of another Colossus. We've been hearing word, of course, but nothing's been confirmed yet. Some big-ass fiery bird to the northeast, some sort of serpent along the west coast. But there's something to the north now, due north of here. It's in the sands. It's in the earth. We thought it was just grit worms. It is grit worm mating season. But someone said it was metal rising up out of the sand. A metal Colossus.
Oh,
Shit.
I don't know what that means here, but the last Colossus, it came straight for Wyland's Gulch. We can't let whatever that is get here. The Ikiri, and she kind of like looks up at this thing, and it's just kind of like, it like raises its like hand up, and you see a bunch of like little lightning elementals like making little tornadoes around its arm, and it just kind of like looks up like inquisitively, like this beast is this construct, this Colossus is quite intelligent, and it puts its hand back down, causing another miniature earthquake on the ground. The Ikiri Colossus gave us warning that it was coming, but if this thing could burrow under the ground like a grit worm, Wyland's Gulch ain't gonna be safe. We can't wait for this thing to get to us. I've already asked too much of you, all of you. But would you do me this favor and go to check it out? It is. I should give you all the information first, but
No,
it is.
don't say another word. I'm in. Okay, now you can say another word.
Oh, okay. Just one. Hellrim.
I knew it. Shit. Casimir.
It's been dipping in and out of that blasted storm.
we have discussed this already. My blade is yours, friend. If this is what the Colossus can wreak, this havoc, then my land is not safe, just as yours is. For now, the Gulch is my home. I will put down my blade to defend it.
Bronco leans over to Thither. This guy's so fucking cool.
Yeah, it's the coat.
Is it? Is it his,
Yeah, it's
just
always
his
like
style?
blowing in the wind, even though
Yeah,
there's
it's
no
always
like,
blowing in the wind, even though there's no wind.
Hair
He
is
also has
always
this rhythm of
long.
speaking.
We're in an alley. We're in a closed alley with no wind. Look at it blow.
I mean, do you
He
think
was
it's because he's
clean-shaven
tall?
and caved. But he's got like this kind of 5 o'clock shadow now, and it just makes him look bad. So frustrating.
I mean, he's pretty cool.
Shit.
He went from he went from Tarek in League of Legends to Trevor Belmont.
Ugh.
I need to look up who this is. Who's
That's a
this?
Castlemania.
It's a Castlemania.
Trevor Belmont. Whoa, yeah, okay.
just dark and brooding.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Very dark, very brooding.
But he's a goober.
Oh, he's such a goober.
He's an absolute just dweeb.
Yeah, you get him talking about Arcana or Essentia or the Colossi or anything like that he's been glommed onto like a nerd for like the last 2 months, and he will just talk your ear off about it, but he'll look cool doing it.
Dark and gooby.
Dark and you like yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Bronco's gonna put his hand under your chin, Thither, and say, "All right, I'm gonna go fight this thing and die. It was nice knowing you."
All right. Well, have fun.
All right. I guess Casimir's coming too. I wouldn't expect him to die for this little spit of dirt. But
Oh, no,
fuck,
both of
he's
you
so
go
cool.
off.
I would
Please
never tell
die.
him what to do.
It could
Please,
happen.
go.
Who knows?
Die, I guess.
All right. Well, it was
nice knowing you. We had a good run.
When Bronco
Wait a-
was out of earshot.
You see Logan just looking at this, like jaw open, dumbfounded, like can't believe, like fully does not get the sarcasm. She's just like,
Neither does Bronco. Bronco's taking it at full face value. He's like, I'm gonna go die.
Yeah.
Wouldn't expect anyone else to.
Oh, no, please go.
All right.
Yeah, I'll lean over to over to Thither. Do you want to pack some of the carne asada?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, I'll have snacks. All right, go. Go die.
And Casimir will go back to his room to prepare for the journey in the morning.
Oh, you're not
Probably
leaving right now?
Oh, is that an option?
Bronco, when do you want to die?
Oh, shoot. Didn't really think about it. I guess we could go in the
Fine.
morning. It's
All
just,
right,
you know,
see, we got one more night.
I feel like time is short.
So are we. It's okay.
That's true. All right. You see, like he's just drenched in sweat.
I just take I take off my bandana and I just like dap him with it.
Yeah.
You
Alright.
good?
No, I'm dead. And
Okay.
I'm dead.
no, I'm fully dead. I'm gonna die for other people. Never thought I'd say that, but sure, let's do it. I'm dying. All right.
It's so cute when he's wholesome.
All right. So your last meal will be leftover carne asada. All right. Let's do this then.
Yeah, he's just walking. He's walking away.
Yeah, I'll be preparing for the journey. Is there any way to get a message back to oh gosh, I need the continent's name again. I'm so terrible.
Terrand.
Terrand. I keep thinking Talrand from Magic the Gathering. Is there a way to get a message
Nerd.
back to House of Sermontier in the land of Terrand? Or is it just too risky with all the war happening?
No, there's definitely a way to get a message, but a very discreet way to get a message to him would be to hand it up to a higher up in the Mercurio's Courier Co.
I'll get in touch with Bronco during my preparations. I'm assuming Bronco's also kind of doing his own preparations.
He's buying a lasso.
Incredible. Do you think
like,
the
this is-
mayor
this-
would be-
It'll make me feel better. I'm still gonna die.
As you're buying it, this little like fungal merchant, he just goes, you can have it, but it's my last, so. And he gives it to you.
Fully flies over Bronco's head as he's just sweating,
Yes,
dripping in
yes.
sweat.
That is a lasso.
This is fine hemp. Thank you. Sorry, did you say something?
He leans over to old Jezra, who's listening in. He just goes, "It's not hemp, it's me." this tall, skinny mushroom gentleman.
The puns are going to be the death of me. Oh my goodness.
But yeah, what does everyone do to prepare? Bronco buys a lasso. You go to send this letter. Do you contact Cassio or go through other means to send a letter back home?
I'm going to see if I can get in touch with the mayor
Mhm.
and see if the mayor would be willing to do a small favor of at least speaking to Cassio.
Yeah, no,
That is
she'll.
something that Cassio's interested in.
She's, that annoying son of a bitch, he's been barking up my tree for the last day and a half now. I guess I can meet with him, but I don't know. These parasites, they all just want a piece of our town, well, a piece of what we got. And, we take care of each other, but I guess I can entertain a meeting or two.
It could be good for business. There's a chance. I'm sorry to call any this late.
I definitely owe you, more than just a favor. So I'm happy to do it, Cass.
I do appreciate it. It may be my only getting message back to them. And for what it's worth, I'll see if I can make it play out in this town's favor. It has been a home to me.
Well, we're glad it can be. That's what we set out to do.
With that favor, hopefully Cassio will be willing to get a very discreet line back to the House of Sir Montier, explaining to them what my process is so far, at least the parts that I can share through a letter of some kind, some blueprints for how I think this can be used, and some of the drawbacks that I am noticing, particularly the involvement with the Colossi.
Do you send any piece of Essentia back with that letter, or is it just the text, or just the letter itself?
Not safe enough. Not safe enough to do it. I will let them know that I'm working on kind of sequestering this energy in a way that cannot be harmful, and in a way that that King Arsalan would refuse.
Yeah. Logan assures you that it'll be done.
That is my last of preparation.
And is Thither going on this journey at all?
Oh, obviously. When Bronco is not... Do they live together or no?
Sure.
Okay. Whenever he's not home, Thither is always running drills with Tacoma and Rampage. And he's like, all right, Operation Keep Bronco Alive. We got this. We can do this. It's Tacoma, or it's Rampage in the air. Tacoma fighting next to you, because I have a bow and you guys are in melee. So he's right there, ready to give a disadvantage or whatever.
No, that's sweet.
But we're. I talked to them he still, he's still doesn't believe that we're gonna go, but we're gonna go. Obviously, we got to keep him alive. We got to bring him back home. But we'll surprise him. He likes surprises. He loves surprises. He loves being surprised. And we're just kind of
cut to Bronco at the saloon, and a mosquito lands on his head, and he pulls out his sawed off. Fuck! Hate surprises.
He's setting out all of their clothes for the next day, basically. He's if he's gonna die, we want him to die in his best outfit, especially if he's gonna be right next to Casimir. He's gonna want to look just as cool. And so I'm putting together his coolest outfit for him, and I lay it out. I fold it. I put his boots together.
Nice.
I'm if you're gonna go to war, you want to look good, right?
That's good.
So you all head out. You do know that it is a 3 days journey, but before you head out, the next morning, what do you all do?
I walk him to the door, and I'm here's your pack. I packed it all for you.
Thank you.
You better come back.
All right, I'll try. I'm gonna get the oldest, dustiest gorse, because I can't let I'll take a horse that was gonna die, a gorse that was gonna die anyway.
But how are you gonna come back?
There ain't no. He looks deeply. This is the first time he's made eye contact in the last day. He looks deeply into Thither's eyes. There ain't no coming back for me. I'm on a one-way journey. My ticket's punched.
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna tap him, pat him on his face. Okay. Okay. Thank you for everything you've done.
No, thank you. What the hell am I
plant
doing?
A big old kiss on his face.
Oh. Yeah, and he'll turn around, start to walk towards, I guess the stables and pick out the oldest, dustiest gorse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know the oldest, dustiest gorse is this is Larry Gavid. Larry Gavid, the gorse, is here. Just a big old like white tuft of hair around the sides of his head, around his gorse horns, and he's all saddled up. Danny, is there 3 or are there 2 gorses fully saddled up and ready to go here?
3.
3. So you get there and you see Casimir loading up another gorse. Casimir,
Yeah.
you can name your gorse as well.
This is a beautiful black stallion named
Of
Gorsinante.
course.
One more time, gorse what?
Gorsinante.
Gorsinante. Yeah.
Yeah, you get it. You can remember that.
And then Bronco, you're shocked to find 3 fully packed and loaded gorses here when you arrive at the stables.
What the hell? That's
Hey,
the
dummy, you
saddle I
forgot
got for
something.
Thither.
You forgot something.
You know what? I'm done telling people what to do. Let's fucking go. He
And
just
I
mutters,
help you up onto
fucking
your
hate
gorse.
surprises.
Rampage just like lands on your shoulder,
Hey, buddy.
just like nuzzles up on your face.
Like, finds a worm on the ground, or a germ on the ground and feeds it.
And then I'll put Tacoma on my gorse.
You all saddle up and you get on, well, not the road, but you get on the path towards the Hell Rim. It is a 3-day journey all the way to the northern reaches of this continent. Wyland's Gulch sits in the southwest, sits on the southwest coast of the Catanathma Drylands. It is like roughly, like I would say, like a little smaller than like Australia, but like it is like an Australia kind of shaped continent. And you guys ride all the way on up the coast on this very arduous 3-day journey. The sun is beating down, and it's one of the cooler parts of the year here. But you ride through cracked badlands and over dusty dunes, and on the second day of your journey, you can see the rumbling edge of the Hell Rim, this massive, like almost 1,000-foot tall, permanent churning dust storm that just like sits like a barrier at the edge of this continent. And you all approach. The dreams for you specifically, Bronco, each night, it's just that clanging over and over again. You're not even dreaming about John anymore. It's just you at the foot of this storm. The first night you see when the dream starts, like when you go to sleep, like your eyes open in the dream for the first time, and you're just straight up like nose to nose with Kimmy Schmidt, and her massive gorse eyes are just like boring into yours.
So majestic.
And you
What do you want
realize
from me, though?
you realize that you are like at the edge. You are both at the edge of this storm. Kimmy Schmidt like almost is almost within the storm itself, and then you are just on the outside of it. And you look down and you realize that you're like 500 feet in the air. And dancing around you is this little blue connection colored, like almost like a wind spirit, but it's a little different. It's like a little bit more potent than the other wind spirits that you've seen. But this glowing blue gorse just kind of gallops around you almost like in a kind of tornado pattern and imbues you both with like the power of flight. And she just kind of like goes to chomp at your whatever harness or duster that you have, and then she just like is like pulling you towards the Hell Rim.
Can I get like? Can I do a instinct on this? Get a sense
Absolutely.
of what this is.
Yeah. If you want, you can spend a hope on it. You can do your gore sniffer experience or whatever. That would definitely apply here.
Yeah, that'd be pretty
Or
good.
sorry, not gore sniffer, wind sniffer.
Gore sniffer.
He's a gore sniffer.
My experiences are wind sniffer, wolf in Gorse's clothing, good whistler, good listener, and the good, the bad, and the Bronco. I don't know. All right, so this, I mean, I forgot to use the experience anyway, but also I rolled a 1 on my hope die, so as a halfling, I can re-roll that. Can I do it twice?
I don't think so. I think you keep the second one.
no.
Oh god. Can you roll a 1?
I will say, like, I will say you can add your experience to this. Like, we dove into it a little quick, but you may add your experience to this posthumously.
It doesn't say I have to take the second one. It just says when you roll a 1 on your hope die, you can re-roll it.
Oh,
so, like,
cool.
if you re-roll it and you roll a 1 on your hope die.
Yeah, go ahead and re-roll it. So I guess you just never roll a 1. It does. Yeah, if it doesn't say keep the new roll, then you're good.
And that went from a 1 to a 9, and my fear die was a 9.
Wow!
That's a crit, baby.
Crit, baby.
Woo!
You take that
Crit,
hope.
baby.
Yeah, you don't have a stress, but I think over this journey you have been stressed thematically.
Yeah,
but I
big
think
time.
in this moment you do feel like this Gorse like spirit kind of running around, this like little Gorse elemental. You do feel like this stress, this like weight of expectation from this, the weight of the grief and the fallout of John, and you you're not scared here to be so far above the ground. It almost feels natural for you to be flying like this. And on that instinct roll, what is Bronco trying to discern?
Just the nature, like, does this, because I've gotten premonitions from Nine Fingers before. Does this feel like a real, like, ass premonition, or is this just my subconscious fucking with me?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, this doesn't feel like a future event that is going to happen. This feels like you are being urged, not just from this vision, but from like within your soul. Like there is something pulling and tethering you into this storm. Not just in the direction of the storm, but like wherever Kimmy Schmidt is going, you are being pulled towards her. And when you look down after that roll, you see that there is like a rope of this connection blue energy that ties you to her, almost like to like she doesn't like wear a saddle, but it almost like envelops the back of her, and it like becomes a like connection ethereal blue saddle on her back. And I think on that instinct you feel there's a bit of trust here. The Kimmy Schmidt, you realize, is fully under her own agency, is not being mind controlled or influenced in any way, but is urging you to go within this storm. And you think from that crit that what you have heard about the Hellrim may not be 100% true. Danger, absolutely. You see gritworms kind of like rolling around and kind of engaging in their like mating dances in the storm beneath you. Definitely danger abounds here in the Hellrim, but you think that there is something to discover within. And you hear that clanging once more coming from deep within that storm. And you see as that clanging sounds, Kimmy Schmidt hears it as well. And it's just kind of almost like she's disturbed by the sound as well.
I think I kind of spiritually try to grip onto that tether like it's a lasso, and like try to like lucid dream, just start diving towards the center of the storm.
Yeah. And you do. The second that, like, it's not even like, it doesn't take your hand reaching out. All it takes is the intent of, okay, I'll go. And you see she takes off. And you're just kind of being pulled pulled behind her into this storm, the winds buffeting all around you, but you're not being like caught in the winds. You are almost like one with the winds here. And as you are pulled through, you see that she takes you all the way through this storm. And on the other end of it, you see blue sea, ocean on the other side, and almost like an archipelago of islands. And just a couple 100 feet off the shore, there is a mountain that rises out of the sea. And you see almost like blue ribbons of connection, almost like that dance around the Akiri Colossus. You see very faint lines, trails of connection dancing around this mountain. And as you are pulled towards it, you hear a voice. Ah, we have a rider, it seems. Hello, Monsieur Bronco. And there is a flash of green. You see green eyes open. These like beautiful, like emerald eyes, long feminine eyelashes peer into yours, almost like when you when you entered the stream, you saw Kimmy Schmitz. You end this stream peering into these emerald enchanting eyes, and you snap awake on the second night here in the Drylands.
Howdy! What the hell? I reach over and I just like shake Thither awake. Thither! Yeah. All right. I saw something. In my dream, I just had to like follow that connection, and I saw something, and I swear it's real. It's in the sea, but it's land. And like, it's all new to me. So, off the coast of this continent, there's a series of islands, and it's called New Zealand.
Writing that down.
It's New Zealand, Thither.
Are you... Wait.
It's land in the sea, and it's new. And there's
like
an
island.
green
it
woman
is not
there.
Land that is sea.
What?
It's not land that is sea. It is land in the sea. Like, it's not
It's
both
New
at the same
Zealand.
time.
Look, there was a green woman. You know, green, like a kiwi.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And she was furry like a kiwi. Or like she
Okay,
had
a fuzzy
eyelashes,
kiwi
I
woman.
guess. She was a kiwi
Okay.
woman.
A fuzzy kiwi woman.
The secret is there. I don't know what it is.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. And he's just gonna, like, the entire time he's been laying down, he's just gonna get up and just, like, look. And he's like, there's a green woman in the land sea.
No, it's sea land. It's land that's in the sea.
Okay, it's not both. It's an island. You're describing an island.
Yes. Sorry,
Okay.
I've never seen one before. I've heard of them. So,
I just want to make sure
again,
we're on
this
the
is all
same
new to
page.
me.
Just want to make sure we're on the same page.
Right.
Casimir says from where he looked like he was sleeping. Yes, we need to all make sure we are on the same page.
Yes.
Casimir, I was gonna let you sleep. I wouldn't dare wake you up.
It's yeah. Yeah, at this point, I think it's probably like early morning that you would have like woken up from this. So it's not you've gotten a full night's rest at this point, but it is or like just before crack of dawn.
I was really hoping to get that little beauty nap in before the sunrise, but it's fine. Whatever. No. Your secret is there?
I don't know. There's someone there. I just know it's really important. A magical horse or gorse, the most incredible gorse in the world,
Uh-huh.
brought me there.
You see Larry Gavin just kind of like looks at you.
Yeah, I can't explain it. I just know it's important.
Okay.
I would like Thither and hi baby. I would like Thither and Bronco to give me an instinct roll here in this moment. You feel a shift in the environment, and I want to see if you can discern it here.
Instinct?
Yeah, instinct.
18 with fear.
Take a fear.
22 with hope.
Touch it, yeah, take that hope. On that 18, I think your innate connection to Tacoma and Rampage, you see that they begin to just kind of like perk up, like almost like before an earthquake, the way a dog will kind of like know like 5 seconds before it hits.
Yeah.
And that connection tells you that there is a presence approaching from the south. But Bronco on that 22, you are a wind sniffer, and you know the winds change when when a grit worm is nearby. And the two of you look towards each other, you knowing it's coming from the south, and you knowing for sure that it is a grit worm. You kind of look behind you as you're like kind of like waking up from your slumber here, and you see just kind of like a dull rumble in the ground coming about a mile away to the south in your direction.
We got worms. At least one.
Okay.
He immediately starts like grabbing his shit.
And they're riding towards the Hell Rim, like they're going to, mate.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But they are. You see one right now,
Uh-huh.
but it is like about to like its trajectory. Like it's here it is, and then your camp is right here, and then the Hell Rim is all the way over here. And you know that you have your belts that were constructed by Bobbington. You would never go to fight a Colossus without one. And you know that gritworms can get there a hell of a lot faster than gorses.
Oh, what are these belts now?
These are like your Attack on Titan
Basically
grappling
Attack
belts.
on
that you guys had. But there's not like
three-directional maneuvering belts.
Yeah, they don't have like fuselages with like rockets in them or spears or whatever, but they are like pneumatic, like cable reels of like high tensile steel cables that shoot out grappling hooks and allow you to traverse great heights.
Yeah, even in that, I think it was just like compressed gas that powered it.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's just compressed gas and high tensile steel that can shoot out really quickly. But you know that you, having fought an artificial gritworm before, you know that it can like link onto its kind of carapace on the outside and usher you towards your goal.
Bronco pulls out his lasso. Yeehaw.
What are you all doing? Are you breaking up camp? What are you doing with the gorses? This thing is I'll say like
camp
is less than 10 minutes away.
Camp can stay. We're not coming back for it. It's a blanket. We can get
Not
a
even
new
10
one.
minutes away. It's like a couple minutes away.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to go.
We're fine.
I put a Tacoma in my little dog pouch that's in the front of mine, so we can go up together. Rampage on my shoulder.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, as you all prepare to engage your belts, you're kind of clicking them on. They kind of go like harnesses. They go like around your thighs, around your waist, and you click them on. The like reels of cables at your side. As this thing approaches, I need everyone to give me an agility action roll to attempt to shoot and land your grappling hooks on this as it passes by. Very, very Dune, like Lisan Al Gaib, as you're trying to mount these grit worms and have them.
Did you say with advantage?
No,
What did
not
you
with
say?
advantage. Not with advantage.
Okay.
Just you make an agility action roll.
Okay, thank you.
Straight roll for me. Let's go.
You guys have had experience with these. You would have trained with these, so it is not an incredibly high DC. But
18 agility.
okay. And make sure you take hope or fear. Let me
Oh
know.
yes, with hope.
Hope, take
Ooh,
hope.
boy, that's a 6
You know what?
agility with hope.
Yeah, take a hope. That's a failure, Kaz.
I'm gonna go ahead and do this right now. Before you leave, Bronco, I know that you're gonna get yourself into some trouble. I will draw a sigil in the air that looks like a 7-pointed star or something similar to that, with a blood drop in the middle, just a more advanced form of the sigil that you had before. And I will press it into your back, so it'll kind of burn itself onto your clothing temporarily. While that blood mark is there, I will mark a hit point and stress as I enter a very controlled form of my blood Colossus, my own ability to transform myself. You see my muscles kind of pump up a little bit. My feet almost kind of go reverse jointed, and if you take 2 or more damage, you may burn that talisman to reduce the number of hit points marked by 1, and I will activate my werewolf form.
Whoa.
And, I'm
That's
gonna go
crazy.
ahead and roll with an extra D10. So there's gonna be an agility roll plus a D10.
Plus a D10 is crazy.
Plus a D10. Oh, I really need that D10 as well. It's not looking good for me. Cool. That goes from a 4 to an 11
11 total
Better.
with hope or fear.
with hope.
Okay, so you take that hope as you go to slap Bronco on the back, and you're about to deploy your steel cables. Only like one of them shoots in the actual direction of this thing, so it just kind of like shoots off. You see Thither launches his cables perfectly. It latches towards like the upper mid section of this grit worm as it begins to pass you by. You get on this thing. It's no problem. You're standing on its back. Only one of your cables latches on. Sorry, I will say only one of your cables latches on, Kaz. And you see that like by hitting his back, you've like changed the trajectory of both of his cables. And as he shoots off, his cable only one of them latches, and then it like pops off, and you see like clink, 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 clink all the way down the kind of stacked carapace of this grit worm as it goes back, and his grappling hook has not caught, and only one of yours has. So you're not stable on this thing, but part of you has caught. Bronco, what do you do as you can see your grappling hook missing each plate of carapace, and you're coming towards the edge of this grit worm?
Shit on a
Oh, no.
fuck. He turns into a a giggle.
Yeah.
Okay, so I gotta mark the stress. But I feel like that's
So
the only
sorry,
way I'm
but-
gonna catch up. So I'm going to turn into a great winged beast. Oh shit, so this isn't even like an eagle, this is a giant eagle. So I become massive. Dang, I got so much stronger. Yeah, I turned into a giant eagle, and I think as like a thanks for whatever magic cool shit you did to me. He's gonna like try to grab the other hook of Casimir's and try to like throw it in front of the grit worm to try to like hook it like a fish.
Yeah. So like one is like towards its midsection, and the other one you get a little bit closer towards the front. So Kaz is just kind of like either back or front, like splayed across with his like, hips, but nevertheless attached to the grit worm and riding it into the storm. As an eagle, I'll say as a giggle, you're able to keep pace with this thing, but the grit worm being in its natural environment and you coming up on strong winds as you guys get closer to the Hell Rim will be buffeted by these storms. So you will be just a little bit slower than this thing, so it'll be a little difficult for you to keep pace, but for now you are keeping pace with this thing. You all...
Could I do something really quick as I land?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna spend a hope to give myself Thorn Skin. It's my fifth level ranger thing that I took. I sprout thorns all over my body. They give me tokens. When I take damage, I can spend it like one of the tokens. The token's a D6. I can roll that D6 and then subtract that amount of damage.
Yeah, very cool.
I took that
So
too.
I kind of did
Got
you?
that activated.
It's so good. It's really
It's
good.
so good. I basically look like a tumbleweed.
Yeah.
Hell yeah! All
And
my
I'll say,
stuff
like-
is tumbleweed flavored. compatible. We're
We
so
are
drift
drift compatible, baby.
Yeah. What is it? What is a tumbleweed if not a bunch of weeds that have come together in a very tight hug that rolling around it?
Yeah.
So you would have all like gotten some like storm weathered clothing, so like goggles and covers and stuff like that.
I
So,
put special goggles on Tacoma.
yeah.
Oh yeah, could I have done that before I turned into a Geagle?
Yeah, you guys all got prepared. Like instead of breaking down camp, you just got on your harsh weather gear and your belts and stuff, and you got ready for this thing.
Because I forgot I can't cast spells while I'm transformed.
Mm-hmm.
So I will do that.
Kaz, I'll leave it up to you. Are you like a chest against this thing, or are you like butt against the Gritworm?
Yeah. As one of the hooks hits, but the other one is blown off course or knocked off course. There's a quick oh shit as the worm starts to drag me. So there is this you see the form of Casimir briefly emerge from this kind of blood well that's seeping out of the crystal in his chest and covering him in almost like a blood armor. But his face is kind of like as he's careening forward, his face is kind of emerging a little bit. He'll hit the worm, and his like the large like blood claws that he has morph as he draws his short sword, and the short sword coats with this shining red essence and turns into a very long brave sword. He'll spin it and use it as the other spike as the second hook retracts, and he'll start inching himself forward with one grappling hook and his brave sword.
Yeah. You're able to kind of climb on top of this thing, but like kind of staying low on it. But you find yourself secured thanks to Bronco's assistance as well. But you all find yourselves crashing into the wall of dust and debris and ruin that is the Hellrim. The winds rip around your ears. It is a torrent. You can't hear. You couldn't hear somebody if they were shouting right next to you. It's the storm is strange. It doesn't seem to like go any further south than it does. It just like hangs in this hangs as like a wall of ruin, and you all crash into it as this Gritworm. This like think like doomed sandworm, a little bit smaller than like the massive ones. Layered carapace, a very thick hide that has like stacks going all the way back on this thing, and your grappling hooks and your sword are latched into this thing, and you ride into this storm. You ride for a good like 2, 3, 4 minutes as this thing just barrels forward, and you can start to see on your sides Gritworms coming up and out of the sand, like kind of like almost like dolphin or whale like burrowing into the sand. Whenever a Gritworm comes out, there's like a blast of sand that comes out from the ground, as you see that the way these things are able to burrow and move underground is that they like blast air through themselves and under their carapace, almost like a whale's blowhole, and it creates like sand. Like if you pump air through sand, creates like a liquidification of the earth, and they use winds and pressure to be able to break through this very fine sand like material in the Badland, in the Drylands. And you see that there a dozen Gritworms here in this like almost pod that have coalesced here for mating season. You see a couple of them kind of like ride up, cross over each other, and as they're midair, they kind of like helix and like chromosome together, and they curl up, and then you see them like land on the ground, and then like snakes, they just kind of like coil around one another and begin their mating rituals. You see that this one is just kind of like rolling aimlessly around. It has not like burrowed down deep into the ground yet, as it hasn't engaged in its dance quite yet, but you know that time is nearing. And then all of a sudden, Bronco, clang. Clang, very dull in your ears, but that resonance, you can feel it shatter your teeth. You are very familiar with that resonance, and you know that something is approaching. You see headlights in the storm blink open and begin to charge through this mating ritual. As your Gritworm is moving, just in front of it, a massive metallic, almost like Gritworm itself, this behemoth moves through, larger than any gritworm here, and you see those headlights, almost like blaring lights, rush by, and you hear this like almost, and this thing dips down into the ground. As it passes by, it very nearly clips your gritworm, but the gritworm itself begins to sink down into the ground to avoid it, and you all find yourselves, those who are on the gritworm are almost like chucked forward a little bit. I need you two to give me, actually all three of you give me agility reaction rolls, because you're in the air here, and you're having to avoid this behemoth as it charges through.
Yeah, and I think it's probably a better idea to drop out of, like, if we're in a storm, it's probably better to drop out of Geagle form. Yeah, I'll do the roll first, though. Sorry.
15 with fear.
15. 15. 15 does succeed against this.
Oh. I will spend a hope, I think, to add my Wasteland Courtier to this roll as I plaster myself completely to this dune worm. I've definitely read books about this happening, about people riding these things, and I always thought, it might be interesting to do that. And right now, I'm trying to do as much as we can. So I'm going to go ahead and add a 2 to that roll, spending a hope, for a 13 total.
13 is a failure here. A 15 just succeeded, and this is a reaction roll, so no hope or fear. So 15 just succeeds, 13 fails. Bronco.
I rolled not just a crit, but 2 9s again.
Wow.
This is crazy. I'm having such a good time.
As the reaction roll, that's just a full success. But for Kaz, who is like on this thing, like I think you kind of had you were standing up on it thither, so you're able to like leap off of this thing before it burrows into the ground, just narrowly avoiding this metal tube of a Colossus as it rushes by. But Kaz, as you have your sword and your grappling hook stuck in there, your sword comes out.
Hold on, I have one thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and push one more thing. I'm going to, in this moment, try and remember what one of the Seraphs said to me about riding one of these bullworms, and I'm just going to call it that for now. And I will add one of my prayer dice from the Seraph class to the roll, pushing me to a 16 total.
16 total. Yeah, your grappling hook is in there, and it's not coming out. And you realize you heard what they told you about gritworms, about how they use air and pressure to move this thing around. And as it goes underground, it starts pushing that pressure outward. So you roll yourself under one of these, under a plate of this carapace, and as that wind pressure ejects, it pushes you out, dislodges your grappling hook and sword, and you are thrown back. Just as this thing is going by, and instead of slamming into the side and taking 29,
oh my god,
30, instead of taking 34 points of damage, you just land on the other side of this thing as it rushes by. It almost sounds like a train without having tracks. This metal behemoth, almost like a trained snake, moves by. And you see it bury itself beneath the ground, and all around you, everything is shaking. The three of you, are you coming out of your giggle form, Bronco?
Yeah, so I think he's gonna come out of his eagle form, and midair, he's gonna, like, as he's transforming out of it, he's gonna use his wing to, like, spin himself. And as he's spinning, I'm gonna spend 3 hope to crocodile death roll through the air. And I'm turning into a giant lizard.
Yeah, very cool. So you land on the sand as this thing has run by. You cannot see where this thing is. It has buried deep in the ground off to your guys' left. And the ground is rumbling, and you know it's underneath you. in this combat scene, standing in the midst of this storm, the gritworms beginning to thrash around, having been disturbed by this. They know that a predator or something large and scarier than themselves is nearby. What would you all like to do in this moment?
Sorry. These are all new forms. Let me double check.
Yeah, you're asking what we are trying to do right now, but I have no idea what we would be trying to do right now. Survive, possibly.
As you guys are thinking about what to do, I'll just jump us off here. I'm going to spend a fear, and the torrent of this storm, it almost like begins to pick up a little, like it like localizes around you, and the wind is whipping around you. It's like almost like cutting across your face and any part of skin that is exposed to the storm. As I activate the environment here, all of your fear dies become a D20.
Oh,
Whoa.
no.
That's cool. I'll take it.
Oh,
That's big numbers.
A PC may mark 1 stress at any time to return their fear die to a D12 until their next roll with fear.
okay.
Whenever a PC makes an action roll with fear, success or failure, the storm breaks their composure. Their fear die immediately returns to a D20. So you can like temporarily restore it to a D12 if you would like, or you can just let it ride and be a D20.
Cool.
Is anyone missing any HP or stress right now?
No, we're Gucci.
Okay,
I'm
you're
missing 1 stress, but that's not bad. I have a lot of stress.
Yeah.
Like ticks.
I'm going to mark a stress, and I'm going to cast Conjure Swarm. And as we're going, as the wind and the everything is picking up, you just see the swarm I make. It says beetles. It's not going to be beetles. There's just a bunch of tumbleweeds just like rolling off of me, and there's now just tumbleweeds just in the storm around us. And I'm going to use those whenever I get attacked. I can reduce the severity threshold with one of them.
Yeah.
Many ways to stay alive.
The spotlight is still yours. The ground is rumbling. You don't know where this thing is.
So we're like in encounter mode right now.
Super, yeah.
Okay. So
Super.
You know how crocodiles do that like vibration thing, and they make the water around them shake like crazy? I think I'm gonna try to like kind of copy the gritworms, and I'm gonna try to like shake my way to sneak into the sand, get like just below the surface, like I'm a crocodile like waiting to strike.
Yeah, just your eyes above the sand.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to sneak. And then like once I'm there, like hold perfectly still. And try to blend in. Okay, this is hold on.
2 nines again?
If the D20 and the hope die are the same, is that a crit still?
Still a crit?
Yeah, still crit.
Yeah.
That's a 3 and a 3. I was like, oh no, this is so bad. It's a 3 and a 3.
You are so hidden.
Take that hope. You are super hidden in a way that like you know that this thing senses vibration, or the way gritworms sense vibrations and stuff. You feel that you would be hidden to any gritworm. You don't know about this creature, but you know if it's disturbing gritworms and stuff, you think that the best thing to do is copy the gritworms. So yeah, you are absolutely hidden here. Casimir, are you doing anything before this thing comes back up?
I will go ahead and spend my last 3 remaining hope to blood maledict this creature, as long as it's within far range, or a part of its body is within far range. I have advantage on all action rolls against this metal worm-like Colossus until I take severe damage, or use this feature again, or finish a rest.
Very cool. Okay. With that, this massive Colossus erupts from the ground off to your right, a complete opposite direction from where you saw it burrow into the ground. And when you see it fully erupt out of the ground, like onyx style, it like snakes up into the sky. As it falls, you see, like Transformers, parts of its metal body begin to move around and like dislodge from it, and by the time it crashes down to the ground, it has fully formed 2 arms, two front legs and 2 forelegs on the ground. And you didn't see this before because of the blinding headlights that are this thing's eyes. There is a massive slab of sharpened metal that runs down vertically across where this thing's like nose would be, a massive cleaver in this thing's face. And you guys see this bad boy.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Goodness,
jeez.
what?
That's so cool.
That's a train, baby.
That's a train. Toot toot.
Seems to be made out of train. It is dark here, but it is a good like. I mean, it towers over you all with its feet. It is not nearly the size of the Akiri Colossus. Like that thing is like a mountain unto itself. But this thing is like a large train body with arms and legs. And it goes to see who it can. And I think the biggest, loudest threat here is going to be the werewolf that is Casimir, with all of his blood rolling around him.
Yeah.
So it is going to attempt to bring down one of its massive front legs and pummel you into the sand.
There we go.
Ooh, you're so lucky. That was almost a nat 20. But I don't think this is going to hit with a 4. So not 4, but a 6 total to hit. As it crashes down, how does your evasion come into play here? How do you avoid this attack?
My evasion is only 9, so it's not. I am not exactly the type to get out of the way of the attack. So as it crushes down, this kind of blood conjuration around me that I've learned to tune to myself over the last 2 months hardens one of its fists, the one that's holding the giant brave sword, and it will just deflect the attack downwards as it crashes into the sand below.
Yeah, I'll say like it fully like pushes you to the side. Like it takes everything in you to just deflect this thing away.
Yeah.
But you are absolutely like Akira slide to the side away from this thing. The spotlight returns to you all as this massive thing. You see it like from its like the nostril like front train gate that is this thing's mouth. It just like pushes out hot steam over all of you guys.
Can I take a shot at it?
Yeah.
Please.
Ooh, can I do a thing first? Because I might make it vulnerable.
Okay.
So then you would get advantage to hit it, I think. Or I can make it potentially restrained and vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I'm going to pop out of the sand and try to bite onto its leg. So I can do a snapping strike when I succeed on an attack, so I have to hit it first. I can spend a hope to clamp that opponent in my jaws, making them temporarily restrained and vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to try to do that. Do I get advantage because I was sneaking?
Yes, you can get advantage here. The way a Colossi works is it's not like one single creature. Every part of it, like its arms and its legs and its head and its torso, are each their own stat block.
Oh,
so
nice.
you would find a way. So if you're doing that, you're like gonna partially immobilize like a leg or something, but not like the entire creature.
Sure, I'll go for like its front right leg.
Okay.
All right. That's pretty good. Ooh, I think I'm... Because I spent the 3 hope, I'm extra good at this now. So this is plus 7. Plus, 15, 22 plus 2, 24 to hit.
24 hits, absolutely.
Hell yeah. So I'm going to spend that hope. So now it is restrained and vulnerable, temporarily. And then, wait, let me double check I'm doing the damage
23
right.
with hope or with...
Oh, that was with hope too. Oh shit, good call. I didn't even think of that. So I get that hope back for free. Hell yeah. So because I spent the hope, I Don't mark the stress to transform, and I can raise one trait by 1, which I did. So then it's just the attack. Okay. So then this is going to be... Oh, okay, yeah, alright, never mind. Yeah, this is... okay. This is going to be 3d10 plus 7.
Nice.
37.
Yes.
37.
No, but it's good. It's 27.
Hey.
27 points of damage?
Yeah.
Whoa, 27 points of damage. That deals this thing, all of its... wow, that does beat its severe threshold. So you deal 3... you deal 3 hit points to its foreleg. Describe to me. This thing is 100 feet tall and like 200 feet long. This like massive train. I'll say like because of its like truncated form as like it's used to some of its stuff. It is like 100 feet tall and like 150 150 feet long. So it's almost like rectangular in its imposing size. How do you collapse one of its forelegs?
So he's just waiting for the perfect moment, and he feels a gritworm starting to go by, and so he reaches out, grabs the Colossus with his massive jaws, because it's like a extra large crocodile, and he also grips onto, like, wraps his giant tail around like a younger gritworm, and so he gets that pulp too from the power of the gritworm. So like as this thing tries to yank its arm away, it's also getting yanked by the gritworm and his own jaws as he starts to death roll.
Very cool. And this thing, you see like its arm not just like collapses, it is like pulled into like a divot that like the gritworm kind of creates underneath it, and it is like the sand begins to like collapse around the arm, and that is what restrains it, like the collapsing of the sand, so like it can't even like pull its arm fully all the way out of the sand here.
Hell yeah.
And you have it restrained and vulnerable.
Do I have advantage?
Do you still have advantage, or was it just the next attack has?
I think it's restrained. Oh no, restrained means it can't move, but vulnerable means attacks against you. I think I have advantage, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have advantage against it.
And I'll say you are just outside of close range of this thing.
That's okay. I have far because of my bow.
Yes, so beyond close range because of the storm, attacks would have disadvantage against this thing, and you have advantage, so you're just gonna roll straight here.
Okay.
Fantastic.
That's a crit, baby.
Wow.
That's 2 8s. That's a
We're
crit.
rolling so good.
So I hit it. So I'm gonna do my max first. Oh. Question for you. Okay. So my maximum damage is 3d6 plus 4. All of those are maximum, right? My Utari blood bow is brutal. So whenever I roll the maximum value on a damage die, I roll an additional damage die.
So you don't max that out though. You just roll an additional one on top of that.
Okay,
sorry. When you roll the max roll on a damage die, so I'll just say add the total, add that max value of that additional die to the total.
Just one additional die? Because if all 3 of them are max, do all 3 of them give me an extra max die, a damage die?
I'll say yes for now because that's cool, and I don't think anything contradicts that. So yeah, you're just rolling in an additional
3d6.
Yeah, on top of that.
Cool. So it's going to be...
So I will say it doesn't say that damage die increases. So you're going to do max damage from all your stuff, and then you're going to roll 3 additional damage die on top of the max damage. Yeah.
It would be the max damage die.
Mm-hmm.
And then because I have brutal, I get to roll an additional damage die. But because it's crit, I get to roll additional damage die.
Yes.
So I'm rolling 6d6 on top of the max d6.
Yes.
Cool.
Holy shit.
That is so spicy.
Oh, and also, it's going to have to mark a stress because I've made it my focus.
And which part are you targeting again?
The part that he has dug down. I'm going to go for the same leg.
The leg. Okay.
Separating.
10. So that's 18 plus 10 is 28. Plus 10 is 38. Plus 4 is 42 total damage.
My goodness.
And it has to mark a stress.
42 total damage.
Yes.
Does not beat its extra severe, so it doesn't take 4, but it does take 3. But
Cool.
that does defeat this leg with all the damage having been done to it.
Wow.
So
Perfect.
you see, tell me how you separate this arm like at the joint.
We're gonna say that each D6 was a different arrow in this attack. It's a full-on volley. And so I'm running, and I'm since it's so windy, I'm using the wind to help guide. And every time I find a break, I just shoot, and I'm just shooting with the wind to help guide to different points of the leg.
Yeah. In this, you see like ding, 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 and it like breaks apart all these steel girders. And you see that like this thing does have the ability to like reform the metal around it, and it can't reform it fast enough before the gritworm that is pulling this thing under fully snaps the rest of the arm off after having weakened it here. And the arm is pulled underneath the sand, pulled away. And this thing is only up on 3 legs right now. Shining from that joint, you see a cluster of blue essentia.
That
Can I ask a question
was
before I
such
spend
a
the
cool
hope?
description, Carter.
Yeah, Danny.
So you said each body part has a different stat block. If I want to make it my ranger's focus, is my focus going to be on each individual piece of that body, or is it on the thing overall?
Yeah, so you'll have to shift it each time.
Okay.
So it's each individual part.
Does this apply to the blood maledict that I applied to it as well, or does that kind of I spent 3 hope to gain advantage against a target? Does that apply to the entire thing, or just to the?
Yeah, I'll say because it's like your 3 hope ability. It's like you're spending it against this like this target itself. The ranger's focus. What do you do to activate that, Danny?
It costs a hope. I have to make an attack roll against the target. On a success, I deal my normal damage and temporarily make the attack target my focus until this feature ends, or I make a different creature my focus. I gain the following benefits. I know where it's at. Whenever I do damage to them, they mark a stress. And when I fail an attack against them, I get to end my ranger's focus and re-roll my duality dice.
Okay, yeah, I'll say that. I'll have that count as the same creature for both of these abilities then.
Okay.
Go fantastic.
Cool.
We retain, don't we?
I
am going to interject with fear here because you just
Okay.
broke this thing off. As you do, do I want the storm to do something? Let's see here. Okay. You see as this thing bellows out in like pain almost as you expose the Essentia crystal in its joint. You hear this like and it like reverberates out, and you see now after like the shining essentia and like all of this magic around it, you see some of it was like dimming as it passed by its like head. You see the engine of this thing is made entirely out of black stone. And this like reverberating, it sounds like that same, not the same clang, but the same resonance as Blackstone Bronco. And as it lets out that bellow, you see all the storm around you begin to charge with energy, and like almost like individual little cyclones form within this storm. I need everybody to make a strength reaction roll against the storm itself. It's like the Colossus is interacting and manipulating this storm.
And our fear die is a d20.
yes.
Does D20? Yep.
I'm gonna
So
take
And
a
fear
picture.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, hope and fear don't matter.
Stunning. 15.
I'm gonna take a picture. I got a crit.
Jesus Christ. 15 just succeeds. Crit just succeeds.
That's a 20 up to your die. So that's a 32 plus 3 for a 35 total.
Oh my
Jeez.
goodness. On a success, on a failure, they take. So on a success, so you will all mark a stress and you will not take damage from this.
Stress.
All magical or technological abilities, just as a nature of this ability having triggered, will have disadvantage on your next roll. So any magical or technological ability has a disadvantage on the next roll, and you guys all mark a stress, but you do not have that happen and take damage. And you are not like cast away far from each other by this storm. You're not caught up in these cyclones. What a roll. I will. I'll return the spotlight to you guys here as this thing manipulates the storm and buffets you all.
If I may, I will. Is its head exposed right now?
Its head is exposed. Yeah, it's just like reared up and like shouted into the storm.
I'm gonna go ahead and. Okay, go ahead.
Really cool. Where were you in relation to the Colossus?
He's
Are
in
you closer?
he's in very close range of it because it just went to make a melee attack against him.
Okay.
You are
Cool.
outside of far range, so you're outside of close range. So you're in far range of it, and then Bronco is also in very close range of this thing. Actually, Bronco's is straight up in melee of this thing because he bit it and hit it.
Could I have moved in just a little bit closer while I was shooting?
Yeah.
Cool. So I can be in close range?
Yeah.
Cool, thank you. Go ahead.
Can I use my spirit weapon ability to target 2 parts of the Colossus at the same time? Basically, are they within... I can get 2 of them within close range, correct?
Yeah, no 2 parts of this Colossus, all because of its immense size, are going to be within close range of one another.
Okay, that's very good to know. So I can only target 1 part at a time. That is fine. I will mark an HP as I pool even more power from my body. More of the blood kind of flows from the side of this gem and wraps itself around the short sword that has now become a full broadsword that I have to wield with 2 hands. It seems to slow me down considerably, but I'm going to go ahead and make a strike at the head, and I can attack within close range just fine, even with this hand movement. So I'm going to go ahead and send a wave of kind of psychic and crimson force towards it as I activate my crimson right. My body is going to heal up as well, as I'm... Oh, you know what? No, never mind. I'm gonna save it for later, just in case. So I'll go ahead and mark the HP, and then I'm going to make the attack. You said this is at disadvantage with a magic attack, but I have advantage because I have blood malediction. So that cancels this out, and I'm attacking neutral. Okay. Let's do a brave sword attack. And I'm gonna roll a d20 for the fear die. That is a crit.
Good crit.
8 on hope.
Yeah.
8 on a fear. Every time I gain
What
a
is
hope,
happening
unfortunately, I
today?
mark a stress. I don't know what's going on at all. If I crit and gain a hope, I actually have to mark a stress while I'm in my werewolf form. But
Oh, no.
but since I clear a stress, I can kind of stay neutral, so nothing happens. I don't gain hope, and I don't gain stress either. And I will roll a royal crit against this creature. The base die damage is going to be... is this even real? Okay. Yeah, this doesn't feel right, but that's fine. I've never rolled a number this big, but I maximize the... What do you maximize when you crit? Do you maximize everything across the damage line?
Yeah, so you do whatever your damage dice would be, you take the max value of that plus whatever damage bonus you get, so like your +4, +5 or whatever, you add all that to your max damage dice, and then you take all your damage dice and you roll that on top of that value.
This is going to be a very silly roll, DM. and I can re-roll any 1s and 2s. So I'm gonna go ahead and re-roll the 2 and the 1 that I got. So that's Crimson die, Werewolf die. I can't make this up. I'll take a little screenshot and send it to y'all later. Just real
I'm
quick,
baffled
but
by how good we're rolling tonight.
yeah, I don't.
read
I
it
don't.
out, 'cause now we're not.
I would feel better if I stopped rolling so good.
I'll go ahead and post it just for y'all in the Discord, so you can see the kind of insanity that I'm rolling here. Well, let's go ahead and take 94 minus 5 for an 89.
That's
Plus
Wow.
16, 89 plus 16 is going to be above 100 points of damage.
Jesus.
As I let loose a mighty Slayer's strike against this creature and just
104?
burn through as much HP as I possibly can.
Yeah. So this is magic damage.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you roll this with disadvantage? I'm not gonna be a dick, but did you?
You know,
He did.
I would have rolled it with advantage, but my
Okay.
Blood Maledict canceled it out, yes.
Cool. So the unfortunate part here is because that head
Also, it was
is
a crit,
made
so
of... Totally, yeah. The head is
I know
made...
it's actually not magic damage, it is physical damage.
Oh, it's all physical. Okay, even better.
It's physical
So-
damage. It just says you can have an equipped weapon with a range of melee or very close. Attack an adversary within close range. It does not turn it into magic damage.
deals the physical damage to this thing. So you see that this thing can only, the head itself is indestructible until a part of this Colossus is broken, and up until that last attack roll by Thither, this did not have a broken limb. So you, had you done this crit against it without a broken limb, it would have done nothing.
Whoa.
But because part of this is
my
exposed
goodness.
and the Essentia is exposed, you are able to deal a massive blow to this thing's head, as you do deal 4 hit points to this thing. So
Oh
it
my
does not break entirely here, but you do see that it is the status is broken. So you rip into this thing, and you see from like within like where like the conductor's seat would be of this train, you see peeking out blue light peeks out from the cracks within this thing, and you've exposed at least in part the Essentia core in the middle of this thing's head.
Holy moly.
It's a little hard to hit unless you're like on top of and like inside this thing. So you're not gonna be able to like hit it with like an arrow or anything from the outside of it. But if you are like on top of and like within this Colossus almost, you have exposed its core, the thing that it protects most dearly. And you think it's even more protected by that full Blackstone engine around its head, around the core.
Okay, well, that is my turn.
Yeah.
That's probably the most
Hell of
damage
a
I'm ever
turn.
going to do in Dagger.
Yeah.
I'll,
Again, I'm following up a crit by being a dick and spending fear to hit all of you guys at once. You see,
Sorry, we're
that this
bullying
thing...
your cool guy, Carter.
No, I love it. He'll just bully you right back. I need. No, he just makes an attack against all creatures in range, so I can make 1 attack roll. I'm gonna spend an additional fear to get advantage on this roll.
How
So
big
I'm
is his
rolling-
range?
His range is everybody within close range.
Dang it! I should have stayed back.
Uh,
So
Yep.
I'm rolling 2d20 here for. That is going to be a 18 to hit everybody.
Wait, is
Easy.
advantage
Easy.
for you 2d20 or is it 1d20 plus 6?
For me, as the GM, I get to roll an additional d20.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because I don't roll 2d12. So that is 18 to hit for all 3 of you.
That is going to hit.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah, easy.
Okay. And this does 2d20 plus 5. Woof. This is his big like so as he comes back down to the ground, he like blasts out all this steam, and it's just like hot energy that encircles all of you. That was what I nearly rolled last time. That's a big one. That's 16, 36, 5, 41 points of damage, I want to say.
Oh, whoa.
Okay.
I will reduce that incoming damage by 4, dropping it below my severe threshold.
Okay.
I'll mark an HP and mark an armor.
I'm going to.
And everybody who is hit by that will mark a stress.
Yikes.
Yeah, are
This
you
thing
doing
had-
thorns?
As Casimir
doing
keeps
thorns.
taking stress, you can tell that his fighting becomes more and more erratic, and he's starting to like heave and like growl as he fights.
I will lose a tumbleweed. I'll lose a hope to maintain my tumbleweed conjures. So I'm gonna take it from severe damage just to major damage.
Bronco, you are the bearer of my lifeblood talisman right now. You can spend a hope to reduce the number of hit points marked by 1 if you take 2 or more damage.
Ooh. Okay. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna blast through all my thorns. You said it was 41?
41.
There's no way I'm gonna get to the minor threshold. So I'll spend 2 of them. I'm likely to get down to my major threshold instead of severe. I'm gonna spend 2 thorns. Son of a... Alright, now I'm rolling bad. So I reduce that damage by 4, which does literally nothing, because it doesn't bring me down low enough. But I deal... Oh, it does literally nothing. I deal 4 damage back to it.
Okay, it takes 4 damage.
Nice.
To its head, yeah. So like you'll break it that segment a little open a little bit more, and you deal more damage to it. Yeah.
Okay, and I will spend that hope to
you see that
reduce the
there's a
HP
seam
by 1.
That
Okay.
makes a spider web open on its like along its right hand side.
I'm gonna use one of my conjurations to lower it, and I'm gonna use an armor, so that way I take no damage from this.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I can use armor. Oh my god, I'm gonna do that too.
Yeah.
As you guys are reeling from that, this massive cloud of energy, I'm going to once again spend a fear to spotlight it, and it's going to shake the earth. I need everybody to give me a Oh, it just does this. So it creates a shockwave that knocks all PCs within very close range that aren't on its too close range, and it rattles them. So you two who are within very close range, you are knocked back from it as it slams down onto the ground. There's like a rippling effect of the earth underneath you that pushes you back from it, and you are rattled. And while you are rattled, you have disadvantage on reaction rolls, and that's my spotlight. I return it to you.
Disadvantage on the reaction roll.
How long are we rattled?
Until your next roll with hope.
Oh, okay, cool.
But you are all blasted back into close range.
How bad's everyone looking?
I'm good.
Yeah? Okay.
Should I make it? Should I try to make it vulnerable again?
Yeah.
The
I
other
mean,
arm,
why
make it
not?
easier to
Go for
like,
it.
climb up.
Yeah.
Hey, it worked
Okay.
the first time.
Yeah, I don't see a crocodile climbing up its like legs or something. So I'll go for the other arm and try to like yank it down, so it's easier for us to like climb on top of it.
Yep.
So yeah, I will
The other front
try
one.
to smack it. I don't have advantage this time. All right. That is 23 with fear.
23 with fear absolutely hits. I'll take a fear.
I will go ahead
I'm
and
liking this
turn that
D20
into a
but-
roll with hope.
You what?
As you strike it with fear, I will turn it into a roll with hope.
Wow.
As you feel the aura of my blood magic start to like encompass you and just fill in some of the cuts and scrapes that you've gotten, I'm going to make that a roll with hope instead.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
That's so cool.
Sick.
Okay, so then I'm gonna spend that hope immediately to make it restrained and vulnerable.
Yeah. Again, like another grit worm goes by, and as it goes by, it collapses the sand underneath it, and its arm, as it crashes back down to the ground after stomping you guys, its arm like sinks into the sand.
At this point, I think I'm like rhythmically patting my tail to like draw them to where I want them.
Ooh, like the thing in Dune.
The thumper, yeah.
A Thither, it's all you.
Oh, I forgot to.
Yeah,
roll
I'm gonna
damage.
take another shot.
Oh, sorry,
Oh,
I didn't roll
okay,
damage.
okay.
I forgot. I can do that. 40. Ooh. 60 plus 7 is 23 points of damage.
23 points of damage to this guy. That just that beats its major threshold. You deal 2 hit points to this segment.
Sweet.
So I don't have advantage against it?
Mm-hmm.
But you said, Carter, on our next magical, we have disadvantage?
Yes, you have disadvantage on your next magical roll.
Okay, my bow is magical. Does that count?
Yes.
Okay, so then this would be a flat roll then.
Mm-hmm.
I counted myself as
Great.
having disadvantage because it was kind of a magic-coded attack, but it was physical damage, though.
That is going to be not a crit. It's with fear. 17 plus 8 is 25.
Yeah, super hits.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
Oh, plus 4, so 29 to hit. Ooh, I get to roll additional damage die because I rolled a 6 on one of them. Ooh, let's put that back in here. So 6, 9, 12, 17. That's going to be a total of 21 damage.
21 damage beats this thing's major threshold. Once again, you deal 4 hit points to it. You see that this thing is now like nearly almost collapsed on the ground as it's like fully in there, and you've done enough damage to it and it's being pulled in that you see its joints are being like ripped out partially.
I've taken out thicker bows or thicker arrows, and I'm shooting them. So that way, when Cass goes up to fight it, he can grab onto them and use them to pull himself up if he needs to. I'm kind of creating a ladder, basically, up the body to like a weak point.
Yeah.
You also mark a stress because it is my focus.
I mark a stress from this guy.
Yes, when you deal damage to them, they must mark a stress.
Cool. And you've dealt damage now twice, right?
Yes.
So he's got a couple stress now. Okay, cool. With that roll of fear, I'm gonna go.
Yes.
And yeah, he is going to, as his leg is down, you see he around this joint, like using this arm that's in the sand as a pivot point, he like swings his body around and uses his like his side to just like sweep across all of you in one single attack.
That's cool.
So I can target a group with this attack, and this with its hind leg, this attack is made with advantage as he goes to smash into you. So, oof, not great.
Fail.
13 to hit. All 3
Misses.
Dang, exactly hits.
and hits Kaz. But this is not. It's not super big, but it does do a bit of damage. So this is. This is 17, 21 plus. So 29 points of damage to the 2 that get hit.
Yep, that's a major threshold. I'll mark an HP and an armor slot.
But yeah,
gonna
still
hope I
in the
roll-
ground.
I'm gonna use thorns, my last 2 thorns. So I think he just opens his jaw and like teeth shoot out. I need to roll a 10 or higher on 2d6. Nope, that did not. Nope. So it takes 6 damage. And I still
Okay.
take major damage.
So this hind leg, this is the back right leg. So the back right leg will take its first hit point.
Okay, I'm gonna mark a.
How are you guys looking?
I'm trying to see. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna mark an armor, and I'll only take 1 HP instead. I'm okay. I only have 2 of 8 marked.
Cool.
Okay.
I have
so,
like 5 HP and 4 armor left.
As I do that, I'm going to spend 1 more fear on my spotlight to, you see this thing begins to slowly like wrench its arm up and out of the sand itself. And like you see on the kick that it did as it swung around, the arm almost like churned and like almost fully broke off. So it like wrenches the arm out of the ground, just barely able. It sticks its cleaver into the ground and then uses its head to like push up. But as I spend that fear, you see that this arm begin to slowly repair itself. So it is no longer collapsed and on the ground, but this arm is still really hurt. It is just no longer face down, ass up, pretty much. And that's my spotlight. It returns to you.
Is the head still attackable, or can I sense that now that its limb is starting to kind of regenerate, its head is invulnerable?
The one that you guys really fucked up is like fully separated, and the grit worm like took that arm away. So it is because a part of it is destroyed. One of its limbs is destroyed. Its head is able to be attacked.
Oh, fantastic! I don't know if this would grant advantage or not, but I'm going to use that arrow ladder that Thither set up for me. Run up one of the limbs, use the belt to kind of flip over its back and see if I can do a Shingeki no Kyojin style finishing move on the back of its neck and maybe take this thing out.
Sure. So I'll say if Thither wants to spend a hope to give you the help action, absolutely you can get help on this attack. I'll say if you're using the equipment of the belt, you do have to make an agility roll to do so. It's low DC. It's just DC 12. But you have to activate and like hit this thing on the mark and pull yourself up towards it. So DC 12 agility roll that you can use if Thither wants to give help, you can use it on that, or wait till Thither gives you help on an attack roll. Or does Thither even want to give help is the thing.
Do you want help going up?
Yeah, I want the help
What's your
going up
agility?
because I get advantage. My agility is +0.
Okay, I will spend a hope to help.
Okay, fantastic. I get I do get a D10 to this because I'm in my super agile form. But I think if you're willing, I'll take the hope. I'll take that.
Oh yes, I'm here to help, baby.
Yeah, take an extra D6 on top of that.
Okay, take the D6. Absolutely. I'm gonna go ahead and roll. Oh, my fear die is a D20. So,
yep.
Any look there? That will do it. That is a success with fear, but it is a success.
Cool. So you launch up onto this thing with his help. I will gain a fear, and as you launch up onto this thing, it's going to rear up and take that newly formed arm and try to sweep it across. It's gonna move itself now. It's out of the ground, and it's going to put it so that it is within close range of both Thither and Bronco, and try to swipe both of you with one hit. Or else, do I want to do a bigger thing? No, I'll do one big attack, but it does not get advantage on this. I'll spend a fear to give it advantage because I want it to hit.
Ooh.
So this is gonna come down. I'll roll d20s just to see who's gonna hit first. Okay, so it's gonna hit. I'm gonna go for Thither. So this is advantage against Thither. That is going to be a 13 to hit.
Misses.
Damn,
Hey,
that's rough.
we love to see it.
You see
hit
this
me.
thing like. You see this thing is intelligent enough where it like rears up with its arm, and you see it feints to the side with its arm, and all of the momentum of its weight comes down on you with its cleaver nose, and it's just going to like literally split you in two. How do you jump out of the way? Or how do you
Me?
avoid it?
Oh, I'm just following the wind of this again. I become one with the tumbleweed that I am, and I just kind of just like flow about, and I just kind of like land right back where I was.
Yeah.
And it's the tumbleweed was a ballerina in a kind of flippy motion.
Yes. She was a fairy.
She was a fairy.
This cleaver
Like a Beyblade.
slams into the ground, and sand just like spurts up on either end of this thing, barely having missed you. You narrowly avoided 2d20. Sorry, you nearly avoided 3d20 plus 12 damage. That is my spotlight. Casimir, you can go ahead and make your attack.
I will happily make the attack as it slams its head down and my hook is already in the back of its neck. So I kind of get dragged down with it, but I'm going to try and take that movement and turn it to my advantage. This is replacing the D20, sorry, the D12 with the D20. It's actually the exact same number that we've gotten before. So this is with fear. I'm going to go ahead and use my once per day to turn this into a roll with hope as well. So I can't gain any hope, and I will mark a stress from this, but we'll regain narrative control.
Okay, cool.
Making it a roll with hope, and I am going to strike it for 26. Does a 26 hit this thing?
Super hits.
Okay, yeah, fantastic. I think the advantage and disadvantage cancel because it's a magic style attack. I will go ahead and roll damage. That's nice. We love to see it here. That is 47 points of physical damage.
Casimir hits hard.
One more time,
Yeah.
47 or 37?
47 points of physical damage.
47 points of physical damage, which is over its large threshold. I'll say, how do you want to do this to its head?
Hey!
Wow.
Yeah, the momentum just drags me downwards. There is a spinning, like, large blade, almost like a greatsword, just freewheeling like a single-bladed helicopter, that slams into the back of its neck. A giant, like, blood-encrusted sword that was once a short sword, but is just like covered in this red crystal essence, breaks into its neck.
Yeah, absolutely. This head is destroyed. As you break it apart, as it cracks open, revealing a large cluster of essentia in like what would be like the engine compartment of this thing. You see for a moment this thing like collapses to the ground, and then that exterior part of the engine, the girders from within the torso itself, the heavily reinforced torso that you now realize is the true core of this thing, as the girders reach around and begin to pull the cluster of essentia closer inside of it, and as the girders open up, you see an even larger cluster of essentia housed in the central torso of this thing as it shines through. I'll say you're like in the way as you cleave through it, and these girders come out to like wrap this thing inside of it. I need you to give me a strength reaction roll to not be caught and swallowed into this torso.
But I did technically roll with hope, so I no longer am jangled. You are still rattled. Well, yeah, I guess you did roll with hope, right? So yeah, you are no longer. I turned it into.
Yes, you're not rattled, but you are rolling.
Jangled.
No longer jangled.
I'm so sorry.
That sounds lovely. I wish I wasn't jangled anymore.
Consider these bows jangled.
Oh wow, my D20 actually made it worse. So that is a 15 plus 1 for a 16 total.
16 is just enough, 15 being the difficulty here. You are able to wrench yourself out. You see all the girders are like pulling you. Your leg gets caught in one, but you hear like a sickening crunch as you're able to rip your leg out. Your boot goes with it as this girder pulls in the essential core within it, and as this thing is open, pulling the core in, you hear like that resonant clanging, not the clanging itself, but the resonance that the clanging causes, emanating from within this like barrel structure of its chest, of its torso. And as it pulls that core back in, that resonance is dulled, but you can still hear it in your ear like a dull buzz, Bronco. And then you see this thing like shudders. It leaves its head where it was,
Now you get the
and it
chills.
no longer has that cleaver, but it does pick itself up with like its 3 legs, and you see the arm shifts over to where the head was, and it's just a torso with like a tripod essentially, with an arm in the front where the head was, and then 2 hind legs in the back. But the full essential core of this thing is fully encased within its undamaged torso.
Ooh.
Does it, yeah, I'm more upset about losing my boot than anything else right now, and I'll just shout at it like, "That was tailored!" And I pass.
Yeah, and you still see from the original joint where you destroyed the first leg, there still is that smaller but cluster of Essentia is still exposed, like a crit point in Zelda, you think. And the way you guys were able to defeat and disable the Akiri Colossus before was by using your belts to essentially hit the self-destruct button and blow up, because it's essentially a like thunder bomb charge in the middle of these things to be able to blow up. And you could use the thunder bomb self-destruct charge in order to blow apart a cluster of Essentia if you so chose.
The arm that moved to the center, that's the one that I've been damaging. Is it still damaged?
Yes, it's still super damaged. It's not broken. It's not destroyed.
Okay.
It is broken, but it is not destroyed yet.
Cool.
Yeah, I wonder, should we like shift focus to the Essentia thing on the broken arm, or like take out this arm and then it, like, how's it gonna move if it only has,
Yeah.
like, a tripod with only 2 legs is a bad tripod.
Take out this one arm and then we go for the weaker points.
Yeah, let's try that.
Yeah.
It
Do you want me to
seems
shoot
like
at the arm?
Yeah, sure. You want me to try to grab it again?
Can you?
Yeah. I got 2 more.
All right, let's do it. Let's keep it going, baby.
All right, I'm gonna try to bite and grab onto this arm. A bipod. That's most of us, so can't talk too much shit about it. I'm gonna attack this. Okay. Ooh, that wasn't good. But I do have a great bonus. 18
Playing Magic with all my
fear.
friends, a bipod.
18 hits.
Sweet. Okay, then I will spend the hope, and I will make it vulnerable and restrained, and I will roll some damage.
But you rolled up with fear, right?
I rolled it with fear, yeah.
Okay.
I would love to not be jangled. That is 17 plus 7 is 24 points of damage.
You have 24 points of damage. It does not beat its severe threshold, but it does deal major damage. So how do you want to do this to its front leg?
Okay, yeah, I think I'm just like trying to yank it down, and like pin the arm. But then like, in that like rhythmic like yanking that I'm doing like a death roll with this arm. But in that rhythmic yanking, a gritworm goes underneath me and pulls me a little bit, and I accidentally yank it off, and I'm like, oh shit, shit, stop it! And it fully pulls the arm off. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're again seeing another cluster of Essentia, this time like towards the middle of it, where the joint cluster was pulled towards the center. So you're seeing like one towards the center of where this arm was ripped off, and then one off to the side where the first one was ripped off.
Sick. Okay. Would it technically be restrained and vulnerable, or was that just that arm?
When for this creature, when you destroy 2 of its same legs, either front or behind, it is permanently collapsed, which means that this creature cannot like get up and move around, but it can still use its like movement-based abilities, but it's not going anywhere, if that makes sense.
Hell yeah.
Excellent.
That's
so
cool.
I'm gonna do a charge.
On that roll with fear, its head is gone. I can't use that, but its torso is still here, which means it still has some of its things. Yeah, it's gonna erupt with scalding steam all around it. Ooh, no, it's gonna do its cool thing. It's gonna drop and roll. I need everyone to give me an instinct reaction roll.
Ooh, with disadvantage for me. But that's my best skill.
Hope and fear don't matter, right?
Hope and fear don't matter.
Thank goodness. 'Cause I rolled
26.
A lot of fear.
26
Roll a
is good.
d12 and a d20, man.
That's a
Okay, I'll take a 20.
That's a 27 with disadvantage, baby.
A
Yeah.
A 2 on the d12, but a 19 on the d20.
Isn't it
that
lovely?
fear die coming through.
That's really good. So you guys will take half of this.
Great.
So you're gonna take 29 halved. So you're gonna take not 14 but 15. Daggerheart rounds up. So you're gonna take.
I'm gonna use
15
one of my
points
thorn
physical
tokens.
damage.
I'm gonna use 2 of my thorn tokens.
I fully wasted all 4 of my thorn tokens.
No damage goes through for me as I mark an armor.
I'm reducing
the
it by
coruscating
6.
blood that's going around me just stops the impact completely.
So the 15 becomes a 9, and that's below my minor damage. Do I take nothing then?
If it's below your minor damage, you just take 1 hit point.
Okay. I will use an armor. Ooh, no, hold on. I will use one of my tumbleweeds to not take any damage then, and I'm going to spend my last hope to keep them around.
Mhm.
will-
Before I give up the spotlights, go ahead.
I'm gonna spend an armor, take no damage. I've used 3 of 5.
Cool. Yeah, you see this thing basically drops down to the ground on its hind legs, and it just like fully like rolling pins, and it tries to use its mass to crush you all. Some of you are hit by it, but you are not caught under it and like rolled over. But as I do that, you see from its underbelly, as it does roll up and under, you see its underbelly opens up here, and you see shining blue beacon of Essentia pop out. In that dissonance, that resonance that comes from within this inner lining and these like girders that are like made of this blackstone material that this form can somehow manipulate. You hear that resonance or that dissonance rather. Calls out to the storm, much like it did before when it bellowed outward, and you see that a spark of lightning is like called downwards from this storm, like it's not blue, it's yellow, like that static electricity dust storm lightning, and it pulls down into the Essentia. Before it gets all the way down into it, it like halts midair, and then it just like spreads out like an umbrella over all of you. I need everybody to give me a agility reaction.
Oh no.
Incredible.
Bro,
Ability
this
Also plus 0.
D20 fear die is like such a boon. This is amazing. I'm never gonna roll with hope again, but I don't care when I get a 19 on the fear die.
Yep.
So that's a 33.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jeez.
You're good.
16.
16 succeeds.
And a 21.
21. All of you succeed, but you do take a stress from this, regardless of success or failure. But you do not take damage from this.
Perf.
But that's my spotlight, as this thing is channeling the storm, and all around it, it does have some elemental abilities here, much like the Akiri Colossus.
Do we want to shoot at the blue?
But yeah, as it like rolls up, that blue Essentia is exposed.
I'm going to aim at it.
Okay. Yeah, and you know Essentia itself is like nigh indestructible, so like you don't think like an arrow or like a sword strike at a cluster of Essentia is going to do anything. It's going to require like a thunder bomb or some great feat of magic to do something to it.
What about a 20 to hit?
20 hits. Yeah. Are you targeting the Essentia cluster, or are you just targeting the torso?
The cluster.
He's
Okay.
saying you gotta like blow it up or something. You can't just shoot at it.
But my bow is magic.
Oh?
Yeah, but it's an indestructible
Oh.
the core itself is Essentia, so it's like you're gonna strike it and it's gonna like bounce off. So you do. I'll say you do
Okay,
that.
so what
Like
should I
you
shoot
try
at
to
then?
target the core and it like glances off of the core.
I guess the torso. I don't think I have anything either.
But you
Yeah,
don't get
I think we have to
you do
use
get your
our
Huh?
in our belts. Inside each belt is like a mini thunder bomb that powers
Oh,
the belt itself. That's what runs the pressure mechanism. So Casimir will try and yell it over the storm, probably fail to do so, and you can see he's actively losing control of his senses. He's like whipping his sword left and right, and he'll look up at the glowing Essentia, and the last bit of kind of knowledge that he has left, use the belt! And that's all you get from him.
So if you rolled with hope on your attack, Danny, you do get a hope. But
No, I rolled with fear.
so roll fear, so then I get the fear, and then as you go
So I do no damage, right?
you do no
because-
damage. Yeah.
Okay, that was
So
nothing.
I'll get a fear there, but as he yells out, use the belt. This thing is going to just rise up with its two hind legs up in the air and slam itself down, targeting a group. So it's gonna make a standard attack against all three of you. It does get to make this attack roll with advantage. That is 22 to hit. Yeah, this segment standard attack is made with advantage.
Yep.
To target a group. Yeah. So that is going to be 3d8.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to mark a stress and make you re-roll that with danger sense as a goblin.
Okay. Cool.
Sick.
So I still have advantage on it, but I'll re-roll it with advantage. Yeah, so a little higher this time. So 19,
Oof.
20, 25. Sorry, 24. So that's going to be 26 points of physical damage to all three of you.
That's another HP and another armor.
Yep.
I'm going to use my last token. Perfect. So 26 minus 4 makes it 22, which is below my severe damage.
She'll take 2.
Yeah. Are we
I will
reading that
mark-
right? You have to declare how many you're using before you roll. Can you like roll and then use another one with the thorn skin?
What's
Danny-
that? What's the text of the thorn?
When
Once
you take
per rest-
damage, you can spend any number of tokens to roll that number of d6, or to roll that number of d6s.
Yeah, add the results together and reduce the incoming damage by that amount. If you're within melee range of the attacker, deal that amount of damage back to them. So yeah, feels like you gotta declare, which is a bummer because that makes it so much harder. You have to like predict how much you're gonna roll on a d6. to try
Does
to
it
hit
say
a
once per
threshold.
short rest? But you can use one of your d6s at a time.
When you take damage, you can spend any number of tokens.
Yeah. It's when you take damage you can spend the tokens. It's once per rest that you can get the tokens in the first place, and then anytime
Like
you take
rack
damage,
them all,
you can
rack
spend
them
them.
all up.
Yeah, this is my last token.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
And then
you guys take
I
you guys
will
take a big hit from this thing as it slams back
use an
down with.
armor, and I will
It almost
take
like
one
goes
damage.
into a split as it like rearranges its legs and it hits all three of you with the same hit, like torso, leg slams down. But the spotlight is once again yours. What would you like to do?
How's everyone looking?
I'm curious,
like-
did you also take healing field?
I did indeed.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. I have
It's a good spell.
4 health and 2 armor.
Us having the same spells is so fun.
Yeah, that's so funny.
You all have the spotlight. What would you like to do?
Do you want to throw your your belt in there?
I think that
I mean, it's
will...
morphed into my body. I think it might be helpful
Yeah,
if you guys are going to try to blow up the things. Maybe I'll try to bite it and give you guys advantage to do that. This is going to be my last hope, but I'm going to try to... I'm going to try to bite it and pull it down and hold it in place so they can hit the cluster easier with their belts. Okay. Ooh. Hey, alright. I think that'll do it too. No, that's the 18 with hope this time.
Yay.
So I'm no longer
hits.
jangled?
Yeah, no longer
You're no longer jangled.
Hell yeah.
Not
Alright.
jangled.
So I grab onto the torso and I'm just like gripping tight, and this barrel, this like train like cargo, I'm like bending the wheels so they point at an angle together. So I'm gonna spend the hope, so now it is vulnerable and restrained. Ooh, I rolled.
Are you
6, 7, 8.
attacking its torso? Are you attacking its torso or its leg?
The torso. I'm trying to hold the torso down in place.
Cool. Yes, you're like rolling it back over so its belly is exposed, so that like that grate that showed the Essentia before is exposed.
So that's 28 points of damage.
That is more than its... Yeah, so you deal severe damage to the torso. First damage that's been done to the torso. So you deal 3 hit points to it.
Sweet.
It is vulnerable. You see, like the grate once again begins to open with its belly exposed, and it tries to call down that that lightning energy. You can hear like the hum, and like all the hairs on your arm begin to stick up. But you guys still have the spotlight before it's able to call that lightning down. What would you like to do?
You want to go first?
If I may,
Yes.
I will rip off my belt and throw it as hard as I can towards it. And as soon as I see the shot line up, the short sword that I'm holding in my hand that's like kind of turning into a very long sword extends as I charge the last of my blood crystal energy into it. And I'm going to see if I can make an attack pinning the belt to this creature by jabbing my sword into it.
Yeah, very cool.
So this is just going to be... What kind of attack would this be? Would I just make an attack with the sword? No question.
Yeah, I'll say because you're activating the self-destruct feature, which has like a very small countdown on it. So you're probably not going to be by this thing when it explodes. So I'll leave that up to you. But it does. I will say after your roll is resolved, that is when it will explode. It depends on where you are at the end of that when it goes off.
Well, I have to be within close range to make the attack, so that's happening.
Okay, cool. Well, you'll be making a roll. Yeah, but there's enough of this thing to like try to find some cover or whatever. But I'll definitely be asking for a roll as this thing goes off. But yeah, give me your standard attack roll to pin this belt against the exposed underside of this.
Okay. And my fear die is a d20. A 9 and a 10 for a 25 total.
Yeah.
Pin the self-destructing belt to this thing with like a lance attack.
Is that with hope or fear?
That is with hope. Or no,
Okay.
no, I'm so sorry. With the d20 there, it's with fear.
Okay, so I'll take a fear, but your pinning maneuver is successful. You pin this belt against it. Do you hit the self-destruct button before or after you pin it?
I prime it by hitting the destruct button as I'm ripping it off my belt, throw it in the air, and then pin it.
Cool. So I'll say as that happens, because I said it was charging up that lightning ability, I'll say as you pin it and you're there, you're kind of like standing on top of it, and you've got it pinned down. That's when the lightning gets called down. So you feel like this hum of energy kind of come up, and almost like you can see like tendrils of connection are trying to come up out of that Essentia cluster and like make their way up towards you, Kaz. But there is this dissonance from the interior lining of this thing being Blackstone that suppresses this connection, that suppresses this magic. And instead, the primordial elemental energies that this Essentia and that this Blackstone are able to call on and manipulate shoots down on top of you on that roll with fear right as this bomb goes off. So you get shocked with lightning. I will say your roll for this will have disadvantage because you are so close to it. So I need you to give me an agility reaction roll with disadvantage, and then the other two give me agility reaction roll straight.
And this disadvantage applies even if I'm in the close range and not very close.
This
as I'm striking from like almost 30 feet away.
Oh, you're striking it from 30 feet away.
I'm striking my sword extends. I can attack
Gotcha.
I can attack a creature within close range with a melee attack.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so you're a little bit further away. So I'll say just make that roll straight, but you're a little bit further away from this. But yeah, the lightning does go off on your roll with fear. It does hit all of you at like almost at the same instant that this bomb is about to go off.
Is this agility? You said?
Yeah, agility reactions from everybody.
26.
Succeeds.
17.
Succeeds. On a success, you're both taking stress, but no damage.
This is a 24.
Almost.
24.
Stress.
24 also succeeds.
Over
You're still gonna take a stress, Kaz. But as that goes off, you like the lightning hits, this thunder bomb hits. A part of like one of those lightning bolts even like hits this bomb as it goes off, and you fully hear like the Boba Fett ship. I'm not gonna say the name of the ship, but the Jango Fett ship.
The coolest sound
as
in the
it goes off. Yeah, and explodes. Kaz, I need you to roll me 3d20 and add 10.
3d20. Here we go. And add 10. Watch this kill me. Oh my goodness, that is 39.
39 total?
39 total.
I need all three of you to roll a agility reaction. I'll say this can be an agility or a strength reaction roll, whichever you choose. Kaz, I will say this one is going to be with disadvantage because you are like in the direct line of this.
Okay, I will allow myself to do it with strength.
We're making a what roll?
Agility or strength reaction roll. Kaz is doing it with disadvantage. This is from the eruption of the Essentia core and the grappling belt.
I'm loving this D20. That's 23.
I rolled a 10.
I will roll a. I think I'm gonna use my last Seraph die, which is a 4. At the 18 goes down to a 16, but the 16 goes up to a 20.
Okay. So 20 succeeds, and you will be taking half damage. On a failure, you're taking 39 points of magic damage, and marking a stress. And on a success, you are just marking a stress and taking half damage. You're taking half damage, but no stress on a success. So
no stress. Okay.
I failed.
39 halved is going to be 20 because it rounds up.
I'm going to use the last of my Swarm Conjure to make it go from severe damage to major damage.
Okay.
I'm gonna mark.
And
the
then I will mark
HP.
an armor and the stress, so I take no damage.
What is your severe threshold, Danny?
23.
23, so 40. Okay, so it doesn't exceed. It doesn't double your severe
there.
threshold. Cool. So you in the wake of that explosion, you were all blown away, regardless of your success or failure. There's the concussive force of this, like a massive thunder bomb, goes off in your faces. I think Thither catches a lot of the brunt of this, but Kaz, you're able to turn your body in a way that like you're gonna not resist the momentum of this, but be caught up in it and just be cast away from this. But flying everywhere, debris from the metal carapace, the metal exterior exoskeleton of this thing, and in that you hear like the dissonant hum of the Blackstone too, as it is obliterated and cast to the side. And you see raining down in chunks all around you. Right next to you, Kaz, like one of the legs fully just goes shkung right in front of your face, and blasted apart the like fuselage of like the center tank that was this torso. Is now a smoking crater in the ground as pieces of Essentia pling, 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 rain down all around you. The Essentia itself just fully like obliterated, but not like evaporated entirely, just like blown into tinier chunks. But the Blackstone itself having been blown into tinier chunks as well. But the this like rhinoceros snake Colossus train Colossus is absolutely defeated by your efforts here.
We did it!
That Casimir is just lying in the sand watching Essentia and Blackstone rain over him. One of the pieces like bounces off of his face a little bit, and he's still kind of raging in his blood form. But he just takes a deep breath, and with the end of combat, I think the blood kind of soaks away into the ground, and then forms into his crystal, which takes its place inside the cavity in his. I never want to do that again.
I don't know, we might have to.
I know.
You don't always get what you want.
Has the storm subsided a little bit?
The channeled like aggressive nature of the storm, like the concentrated nature of it, has dissipated. That has gone away, but you're still in the midst of a whipping sandstorm all around you. It's hard to see beyond like 20, 30 feet away.
We should go? Well, we should collect everything first, right?
Yeah. You should try.
Bronco. As you are all like strewn about, kind of like gathering your thoughts and your wits back about you, Essentia and bits of Blackstone and just steel from this train raining down around you. Kaz, before like you are able to get up with just like your head against the sand here, you see a figure walk and stand over you, and you all sense that you are being surrounded by individuals here in this moment. Standing atop of gooses, these like massive goat mooses.
Full circle.
Yeah, these massive gooses. They're like, they have like these beautiful antlers, but like they all like individually curl up into like goat horns. And standing atop them, you see these figures that range from like 8 to 12 feet tall, and they are 8 to like 15 feet tall, and they are all like wrapped in like that same kind of like storm gear that you all have like sand goggles around their eyes. It's hard to see any features of like skin color, but like what cannot be obstructed by their clothing is their immense size as they stand atop these even like larger gooses. Who goes there? But moose is not meese. It's mooses.
I beg to differ.
Yeah, it's Mises. Yeah, but you see one of these figures, one of the taller one amongst them, carries a like spear along his back, but like you see like where the tip of it would be, it is like shrouded, or it is like there's like kind of like a golf sock over it, or some sort of like leather sheath that goes over the tip of this spear. And you see this individual picks up his goggles from atop his goose and says, "What are you all doing within the Hell Rim? And how?" He's like flabbergasted. "The fuck did you defeat that thing?"
Um,
I just point at my belt, like with this.
we
you
destroyed the
see-
core with thunder.
They're all prodding you with like the butt ends of like spears and weapons, and some of them like hold up like large like double-barreled shotguns, and they're like pointing you to like go to get closer to each other to like cluster together as these like 8 individuals all surround you.
Casimir will stand up very shakily and like kind of slide his way over to the rest of the team.
What is this device? How did you defeat the Colossus? We watched from afar, but it did not make any sense to us.
Oh, I shot it with my bow. This guy here is a crocodile, and then that guy's a big dog. And I don't know. With all of our abilities combined, we kind of just did it.
You see one of like a smaller one turns to the one that's interrogating you, and he speaks in a language you don't quite understand. It is like gruff and aggressive, and it sounds not what would you call it? It sounds what's the word? Like insubordinate. I'm not gonna try to make up a language or speak any gobbledygook here, but it is you do not understand, and one is very mad, and you see he like takes like the gun from like around his back, and he's like pointing towards like the strewn about little clusters of essentia that are like still like falling around, or not still falling, but the ones that have like settled around you, and he's like pointing towards all these clusters, and then pointing the gun like aggressively towards you all, but speaking towards the taller individual on the larger goose.
I think we fucked up.
And you see this guy raises his hands, and the other guy stops talking immediately. Like the second this guy's hand goes up, this guy just like catches his tongue.
Well,
How have you all survived within the Hell Rim? Why have you traversed this place? No mere mortal can withstand the winds and storms.
I think I'm gonna drop out of crocodile form and just like pop up out of the sand, just like start dusting it off me.
And you see a couple of them just go like.
It's hard to explain.
Druid.
Yeah, sure. It's hard to explain, but we were called here by the spirit of the most incredible gorse you could ever hope to lay eyes upon. It showed us the way. We had a mission, and it doesn't end here. We need to seek New Zealand. Have you heard of this place?
They're like all like turning around to each other like, New Zealand, we do not know this term.
All right. Well,
You speak of an incredible gorse.
Yes. She's a legend in this and every part, as far as I know. Kimmy Schmidt.
You see Kimmy Schmidt. The unbreakable one.
The Unbreakable.
You have earned the favor of, and you see Bronco, you hear like a tone play. Like it's like multi-layered, like multiple octaves like stacked on top of each other, but it is clear and it is resonant. It's the tone that you heard come from the Essentia when you saw John's like echo form. And it's the tone you've heard in your dreams when that rope connects you to Kimmy Schmidt. And then you see from yourself a rope extending up from your chest and one coming down from the sky above, and standing, galloping up in the sky is Kimmy Schmidt herself. with
Oh my
the little
goodness.
gorse spirits trampling and running around her in like a tornado fashion. You see all of them like look and gaze up. You have the favor of the Unbreakable One.
There's just a moment where I reach for my lasso, but I pull my hand away. Unbreakable's unbreakable. I wouldn't say I've gained her favor. She has chosen to look kindly upon me. I don't think there's anything that anyone can do to move such a beautiful beast.
You see she like takes like a long like running circle around, and then you see she like darts northward, and a sonic boom, and she takes off like a jet running across this storm. And there's like a funnel of energy as she moves by. In the wake of her, a like cylinder of cleared space appears in the storm, and they all look above. Come with us. And they all like prod you and pick you up. And like for the smaller folks, they just like fully like grab the back of your dusters and put you on top of like in front of them on these gooses.
These megafauna.
I grab my coyote.
Yeah.
You grab it by its duster.
His little collar.
Yeah.
You see the one that you're on. Like he kind of like points towards your coyote. He points towards Tacoma, and he goes, Druidar?
No, this one he's just a real good guy.
Oh, Yoti. And you are all escorted with this group. If any goggles, anything that fell off you during the fight, you were provided with any gear that you would need to weather through this storm. But you see the one in front sings, like the tall one that was interacting with you, like sings this like low hum, almost like a Mongolian throat singing, like a and as he channels his voice outward, like very didgeridoo, it resonates, and you hear a couple of the other ones like picking up the tune as well, and you slowly begin to notice that no sand is whipping by you. Some of the winds and stuff are, but you feel like a protective bubble of like air formed around this party as you are all escorted northward through the Hellrim. You ride for a good hour or so into this storm, and then you find the edge of the Hellrim where it breaks, and Bronco, you see the sight before you of this like chain of like a broken islands, a vast blue sea that stretches off towards the northern horizon. The sun now like setting off towards the west in this day. It's early morning, so I would say like it's the sun is like now like dawning over. It's like not quite noon or anything, but it is like still early morning with the sun having risen, and it shines upon this broken archipelago of islands. And from within that massive center, about 300 feet off of shore, a massive green, lively mountain erupts from the sea, and you can just barely see little wisps of blue energy going around. You see Kimmy Schmidt is like fully like a streak of air through the sky as she's just barreling straight towards the mountain. There is a little all around you, these like little blue spirits begin to pop up and like look at you inquisitively. Some of them have like an animal form, and some of them even have like a humanoid form, as they just kind of like begin to kind of like look at you, play with your kind of like turbans and your goggles and stuff, and just kind of like begin to inspect you. These like little 6 foot tall sprites, beings, and you are all escorted towards this place. This leader sings another lower tone, and as he does, the group picks up the tone, and you see a bridge of rocks begin to form a land bridge that connects the shore of this beach towards the mountain. Looking behind you, you can just see the massive wall of the Hellrim behind you, but it almost like encircles from this edge of the coast. It even like wraps around the sea a little bit on the outside too, to prevent any other ships from discovering this place. You've all stumbled upon a secret civilization as you see all kinds of people on the shore of this massive mountain island as you charge off towards it. Most of the folks here are quite large, the tallest of being about 20 feet tall, the shortest being like regular humanoid size, and having like fiery hair or like watery, like long, like luscious locks. These are like elemental kin. These are like ember kin and earth kin and water kin and air kin, and giants and giant kin as well. A very elemental based people. And he says, none from the Drylands have been told this secret, but you have been entrusted with such, because the Unbreakable One trusts you. Break our trust, and we break you. Is that understood?
Yeah, I think this whole ride, even though Bronco's trying to be more trusting, has had his hand in his pocket, which really was his hand on his sawed-off, pointed at the person giving him a ride.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, yeah, and he slowly takes his hand off of his shotgun. Yeah, totally. Trust. It's gotta start with trust.
Welcome to Cantori. We are, in your tongue you would say, singers. We sing the songs of the elements here. We are the Cantiori. And this is our closely guarded secret. And as you walk out, as you approach this island, you see clusters of essentia grow plentifully from the exterior of this mountain, just all around it. Wherever there's essentia, there are like little, like again, of these like little elemental sprites that kind of dance around it and move. And there are like very druidic like traditions here that are bringing life and vibrancy to this place. This like mountain is like a total breadbasket where like farms crawl up the mountain itself. There are massive archways that go into this mountain, and you're not seeing like any buildings or any exterior things on the outside of this. You're thinking the entire civilization exists within this mountain.
This is game-changing. How have we not been able to discover this place before?
You see people, as they are cultivating crops, have like blades and like sickles and stuff. All of their tools here are made out of essentia. Carved, like refined essentia. Something, a feat that you thought impossible because of its indestructible nature.
Look, this is all beautiful. This is also a time bomb waiting to happen. And he has just like a small chunk of blackstone that he picked up from the Colossus, and he pulls it out of his pocket. Enough of this, and this whole mountain goes rogue.
There is plenty of blackstone here. Essentia and blackstone co-locate. Where there is essentia, there is blackstone. Not as plentiful here as in other places, maybe. But here, we have a veritable essentia mine of essentia. Gold mine.
Why the hell aren't your mountains getting up and attacking people, stomping people flat. How's this?
Yeah.
How does
I'll
any of
have
this
no
damn stuff work?
It's our songs, we singers, know the true resonance of Elden Glace. What you would call Essentia. In the old tongue, this lightning glass. It is deep and old within this world. And with the rise of the Colossi, which we thought undefeatable, unbreakable, like our great patron, Kimmy Schmidt. And you see she's like running, charging around the mountain.
Beautiful, beautiful creature.
But you are from Wyland's Gulch, I presume.
How did you know that?
How did you know?
All across the Drylands know of the heroes who subdued and tamed the Akiri Colossus.
They are
Please,
not.
Tell us how.
The Colossus was not hostile. It's something made it hostile. It was simply a creature. It wanted
Yes.
to live and breathe and walk around with no restraints upon itself. Something made it attack Wyland's Skull.
Yes, the dissonance of Blackstone. We sing the resonance of Elden Glace. The rhythms are temperamental, and if cultivated and if performed the right way, as you can see, there can be plenty. But if the dissonance of Blackstone is permitted to erupt forth from the earth, we believe that is what causes these colossi to go rogue, to emerge in the first place. But we did not know that they could be defeated as we saw today, or tamed as we have only heard in rumor.
I'll shoot Thither a look of like kind of fear and say, so if you were to stop playing this rhythm, then this island, Sealand, Kantori, would rise a mega colossus, unlike any of the ones before.
If the Blackstone, the people behind it, found this place, I shudder to think what they would be able to do. But yes, our home, could very well be its own Colossus.
That's what I'm saying. There's a whole guild that's their mission. It's a good thing this is top secret, because whoo doggy, if they found their way into this little city, oh boy, I can't even imagine the destruction.
I'm gonna make a perception check because I don't trust anything for any reason.
Sure. Give me a perception check.
And I gain advantage on this if I'm perceiving a hearing or scent. So do let me know if hearing or scent is part of this role in any capacity.
Hearing or scent. Hearing's part of it.
Okay, I'll take advantage. That is a 16 with hope. And I'm gonna go ahead and... Oh, no, wait. I don't have any hope to spend, so that is a 16 with hope.
On a 16 with hope, what are you looking for specifically?
I am looking to see if anything followed this train out of the wilderness, and also if I found my tailored shoe, because it's very important.
You did not find your shoe, unfortunately. Back there, it was. I think you did find it. But I think you did see it, and like you knew all hope was lost. It was just fully like churned up in the explosion. All the manipulating girders and steel just absolutely tore this thing apart. I will say there is like
No, I don't think you detect anything with a perception check there. You detect, I mean, a lot. You discern a lot about this place. You think the vibe here is that it's like very peaceful. The people work in concert with each other. They use the land very respectfully. It's not extractive. It is just harmonious for multiple ways. You hear everybody does have, especially the giantkin, have like a resonance within their chests. Even like everyone's always kind of like doing like a dull hum, as these people call them in the common tongue, the singers. But these people call themselves the cantiori. But yeah, there is a primordial like rhythm that that suffuses this place, especially from the Essentia. But you're not seeing any like connection. You're not seeing like ribbons of connection. You're not seeing ropes of connection connecting one people to the other and stuff. You did see, I'll say posthumously, there was a huge like shock on their face as they did see like the rope of connection that connected Kimmy to Bronco.
Are they reacting oddly to the blood arcanum, the Essentia that I've kind of bonded in this weird kind of sideways way with?
Yeah, you see a lot of side eyes at your chest, and a lot of trepidation, but they're not like outwardly aggressive. They're just like, you know,
What is that? Kind of?
Yeah, what is that? But also like that's Essentia. You think that there is like a sacred nature to Essentia here, and they might. Your fear is that they see what you have done as possibly blasphemy, but there's not outward judgment yet. It's a lot of like inward judgment that you can kind of pick up on through body language. But that's what you discerned here. Does anybody have any other questions about the nature of these people here? Just so I'm getting at the top lines before we end it tonight. But these people make it clear that their secret is to be kept, but they are willing to ally with you to discover the secrets of the Drylands and of these colossi.
I see Danny cooking up a question.
No, it's just...
Yeah.
If I
He's gonna
have
fuck
one
you up,
later,
Carter.
can I just text you?
Yeah, you can text me.
He's gonna fuck you up with this question. It's gonna be a real good question.
Yeah. Why come
see the
Blue
gears.
Rock?
Why come Blue Rock?
But they do you do something that you theorized earlier, that Essentia and Blackstone co-locate. They explain to you that Essentia comes from under the earth, comes from within the ground, and that their people have been here since before the desolation, since before what they call like they say like katanathema, but like in the way of it used as like an event name rather than a place name. And you get the sense that katanathema, like the true name for this continent, comes from this ancient like primordial kind of tongue. But what it means, as they explain it to you, is like cursed or like like the best way to say is it is a cursed land. It is a land that was like scarred and destroyed out of spite. So there's no like love for any gods or anything here, but just a love of the earth and the bounty that something within this earth has provided. But they say that the great voice from within the earth has provided this Essentia for them, this bounty.
That's beautiful. Maybe if there is a last question that Casimir has as we kind of explore this space, I would have lots of questions about the nature of Essentia and effectively how it can be used responsibly. I'd even like to explain my bit of the Blood Arcanum, and I would spend a hope to use the experience to make a presence roll with this community to see if I can get kind of a cordial conversation going, maybe with the academics here, if there are any academics, or the priest class, if there's a priest class here, to get in contact with them and learn their ways without being looked upon with too much too much anathema.
Yeah.
And I don't have to make that roll now, but if you'd like me to, I can.
I'll say yeah, to get first vibes, to establish kind of what relationship you will have with these people. I think that's good to have right now.
Okay, I'll go ahead and add 2 for my experience, and roll. That is a 19.
Hope or fear?
With fear.
Yeah. There is trepidation, but they hear you out and they listen and they are understanding, but they ask you, like, how could you do this to they I don't know, they're more like, the Essentia to them is a deeply like community-based thing, but you have like taken it and made it a very individual thing. So that is the thing that they are interested in, like taken aback by. There's like a level of, even though there's like no religion here, there's like a level of like taboo and blasphemy even that some feel like among like the traditional view of what Essentia is made to be for. But you realize nobody here calls it Essentia. The word that they use for it is Eldinglace.
Yeah, I'll explain to them that when I found, and I'll change my language, when I found this first piece of Eldinglace and was able to inscribe, like, I'm a blood mage. I come from a line of blood mages. That's the sorcery that we have always used. I was never gifted with that power, but I knew about it. So when I interacted with Eldinglace for the first time and I was alone, I kind of connected it to my heritage, my bloodline in a sense. So this connection is less a connection to me and more a connection to all my forefathers before me and my forefathers before me. Those who were able to use blood magic, that is inscribed in my blood, in my DNA. And that's what I use. That's the connection that I'm using.
Yeah, and the intent that you say when you say things like connection, even though they don't know, they're not familiar with like capital C connection, that the intent behind what you say deeply resonates with them. And then one of them will go and show you, like a craftsman, as he's working on like a new like paring knife. Essentially, he has like a cluster of Essentia that he's been working on, and you see that he takes another like piece of Essentia that is like a hammer and chisel. And you see he hums a tone, and then he hums another tone on top of that, like he's like a polytonal. And one of them is deep and like it's resonant and it's like thunderous, and the other one is like high and piercing. And both of those together, you see he goes to make the first strike against this, and you see that there's a spark of energy of like lightning that shoots off, and every time he hits, lightning shoots off, and he's able to refine this piece of Eldinglace. But it's the song, it's this tone that he uses that makes the Eldinglace susceptible to crafting and refining.
Cleaving.
Oh, that is cool. Put that down for later. So that could be useful when we fight another Colossus potentially.
Yeah, but they'll tell you about their histories and stuff, how they've been here since before, since before the Cat's Anathema, since before like the Desolation, and yeah, these people have a deep history with Eldinglace itself, but Eldinglace itself was not revealed to them by the Great Voice. And Great Voice, it's hard. They don't have like a way to like translate the true intention. You feel like there's a lot being lost in translation, so they just say the Great Voice, since it was given to them. But you do get the sense that they speak of an entity. But I think you guys settle down that first night. It's a very late night. There's a lot of talking that goes on, but you guys begin to plan for ways to counteract the other colossi. They begin to show you images of like a massive bird on a fiery mountaintop. Not a volcano, but just like a mountain that is just like engulfed in flames. A massive like phoenix bird that is made of like that its like body is made of like earth, but like its like feathers are like made of flame itself. There's a great water serpent that is like made purely of like coral and like undersea like rock, and a couple of other like large colossi that are these massive elemental beasts. And their theory is that the dissonance created by the Blackstone and the Essentia cores, like the Essentia is what powers and makes it a big giant, and then the dissonance is what makes it like aggressive. And there's something calling from this Essentia that is calling them to rise up, but it is the dissonance that is causing them to be aggressive. And you're still, I think you go to sleep that night, and Bronco, you're still hearing that clanging. You still have that dream of being within the storm. Kimmy Schmidt is not there, and you hear the clanging within that storm, and just those looming green emerald eyes blinking at you, and just like a bit of a chuckle, like just a wry, amused chuckle.
Ooh. How much stress does Thither have?
Maxed out, baby.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, how much? What's your
7.
max? Whoa.
7.
Holy moly. Yeah, so, I mean, mechanically it's kind of not helpful, but once per long rest, I can create a space of natural serenity within close range, and I can clear stress equal to my instinct distributed as I choose between you and your allies. I think I'm going to clear 4 of your stress. But that's like leaving all of the stress on himself. So he's just going to try to like be so thankful to you for like putting your life at risk and almost dying. And just like gives you a massage or something. But meanwhile, he's just like fucking stressing.
Carrying the weight of the world.
Yeah.
Wired.
Yeah. Oof, and has
Oh
this
my
absolute
goodness.
nightmare. This chuckle is like breaks part of him. Oh my god. Who is this? Yeah.
I don't know how much of an effect it will have, but as this kind of calming atmosphere, or no, that would just be kind of the two of you somewhere secluded in the city, right?
Oh, the 3 of us are not
yeah,
separating.
we'll have time
Okay.
together. I think there is maybe a moment where it's just us in a tent, and I'm like,
Yeah.
doing an oil massage on Thither.
Yeah, I'm not there. I'm not there for that. That's y'all. That's you time. Not me
I mean,
time.
you can watch if you want, but
No, this is probably when I'm
have
like
cares
making
for that.
rounds and talking to people about it. But when we retire, kind of back to whatever quarters were afforded in this city of Cantori,
Mhm.
I will let the little strands of blood play out as I'll mark an HP and a stress to clear an HP and a stress from all of you, and for
Wow.
you specifically, Bronco. I'm gonna make a spellcast roll on this roll, if you don't mind, DM.
Sure.
Yeah, go for it.
That is a 16 with hope. As I sit down with you, probably brewed up some tea or something like that. We'll place it in front of you with my vitality manipulation spell. Bronco, my friend. I know we have not known each other for terribly long. 2 months is not even close to the right amount of time to establish a friendship, but I want you to
Somehow
know that
do it,
today
you
was not.
motherfucker. Sorry. Sorry.
I'll stir my tea a little bit and kind of like tilt my chin at you as if like kind of pushing you to do the same. Almost like a little nervous tick of stirring his tea.
Sure.
I want you to know that today was not an. We are bound to this land. And because of that, and I'll kind of shoot a look at Thither, I think we are bound to each other in a way. I'm not trying to make it weird or anything. You do clearly have your thing that is going on. I'm not doing that. But we are, regardless. And if you, and I'll hold up my tea, if you will have, we will finish this quest and go to the ends of the earth to do it. To restore the Colossi to their natural state of being, instead of bound by this blackstone energy, to be free. What do you say?
I'm trying to be more open about my feelings, myself. There was a long time, Casimir, where I'm gonna be honest with you, I hated my own guts. I ruined my family's life. I created a crazy scandal in my town. I was exiled, I was a pariah, I was ostracized, and I deserved it. And I think I'm learning there's more important things than me, and in fact, that's most things. So for you to...
Casimir closes his eyes. He seems to get it.
For you to... I mean, fuck, you're so cool. For you to accept my friendship so quickly, and I know I don't deserve it, but if you're gonna give it, I'm gonna stop questioning what people decide to do for themselves. Thither came along, he didn't have to. I didn't question it. I'm not gonna tell him what to do. If you want to be my friend, well, fuck, I'll just consider myself lucky for it. So, thank you, friend.
He'll flash the flashiest smile that he's ever flashed at you and say, that's the spirit. And you go ahead and clear true stress.
Wow. That's a good friend.
What does Thither do? Oh, and where are all three of you in this moment as you're all kind of coming together and kind of committing to one another in this way?
I think because he knows how Bronco is giving Bronco the space he needs to be like, go experience existentialism and then we can talk about it. Like, go live in your brain and then we'll figure out what's going on. He knows that that's the time he needs. So I think he's really just kind of just like just taking it all in. He's looking at everything. He's not in a like, him and his sister are thieves, do you know what I mean? And they're real good at watching. So he's just watching and taking everything in. He is not saying anything to anyone. He's not giving anyone any information about anything. Mm-hmm. And he's just looking at it, taking everything in. Not to plan to do anything to this place, but just watching. He's observing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think there's a moment when you two, Bronco and Kaz, as you kind of like have this moment of connection, you do see that there is like a little bit of a thread that kind of extends and for the first time connects both of you here. I think you Thither feel, as you're thinking about your sister far away, there's also like a thread that just dully kind of like extends from you, and you kind of like see it for the first time. This like moment of connection, and even though you're far away, you feel like Hither's presence, and you feel her intent as well. And we will cut away back to you guys for a quick second as that thread connects you. Wherever you are standing, the ground underneath you begins to shake and kind of like churn a little bit, and a little piece of Essentia pops out of the ground with like a larger root beneath it, you think. And that line of connection draws another thread down, and it touches that crystal, and it begins to expand and fill with light. Right in front of you, another little crystal right in front of you, Thither, grows up from the ground. I think you're like out on like the beach somewhere, just like kind of like watching looking at the stars and like looking at this place.
Are there animals here?
Yeah, absolutely animals.
Do Tacoma and Rampage stand out as being different animals? Like, are they different size? Do they look different?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things here. Like, there are a lot of like animal hybrids. It's just like strange, and it's a funny occurrence that like a lot of the animal hybrids here like are crossed with goat, but it is not the only animal hybrid here. So there's gish, there's like goatfish, and there's grogs. You see goat frogs and stuff, but there are also any number of there's like birdfish and stuff. There's like all kinds of things. But like Tacoma and Rampage stand out as like not hybrids, as just like the single forms of themselves.
Okay.
As not being hybrids. But where you stand, there is like a little piece of Essentia that grows out, and that line connects in front of you. The camera cuts away, and in the middle of Wyland's Gulch somewhere, I think in a tavern, or like maybe she's like casing a joint or somewhere.
We're both doing the exact same thing, but like different places.
And in front of her, being in Wyland's Gulch, another place of plentiful Essentia, or Elden Glace as you know it to be now, a crystal grows up from her, and that line that extends from you grows out of the crystal in front of her and comes up and touches her in the chest. And there's this moment of connection, even though the distance separates you all. And even though you two are here in this moment, you see that these individual crystals at your feet and in front of hers fill with light. We will cut away to another place, but this exact same time, in the middle of a bar, you see a half-elven gentleman walking up to his room in a tavern one night, or this night rather. Blonde hair, platinum blonde, short pointed ears. He walks up into a room with three other individuals: a large giant kin named Tank, a small fairy, a rogue, right?
He's a rogue.
Yeah, small fairy rogue.
No, he's also a ranger. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, a small fairy ranger named Leaf, and a tall, brooding, kind of pale-skinned elven assassin named Eltarian. And you see this guy, and they say, "Silver, what's on your mind?" And he kind of like looks up. This platinum blonde-haired individual kind of reaches into his pocket, and he pulls out just like a inert piece of Essentia. He's just, I don't know, it's just an old song is coming to mind. I don't really. And then that crystal that he holds in his hand begins to glow as well. And in the same moment as you all are touched with these like threads of connection, you all see each other like in your mind's eye. You all see these individuals. You see Hither and Thither and all of these individuals, and then you all see this one individual that they say, you hear on the other side of this where they say, Silver, why are your eyes glowing? Why are they all blue? And you all share this experience and all know each other's names and faces, but you realize that Silver does not know his own name, and just goes by the name Silver. And then above you, I think you're out in the those of you who are out in the open see that there are stars in the sky, and one of them begins to blink. and then a constellation begins to appear as far away stars begin to brighten. And there's a single star in the middle, surrounded by 10 stars in a concentric circle around it. And then another field of stars that circle around that as well. And another field of stars, 10 rings of stars expand out and begin to glow brightly, and they begin to blink. And they begin to blink. And then the essentia that you hold that is at your feet, the essentia in Silver's hand, begins to blink at that same rhythm, at the same pace. And then you all together at once hear the same voice. Help me. And that's where we will end our session.
Bronco grabs his lasso.
Yep, I think it's time.
Wow.
Oh. Goodness, Carter.
That's fun. That's really fun.
That was a really cool session. We did a whole lot, and I did not expect the plot to go out like that.
Yeah.
That was super cool.
Yeah. Right place,
And
right time.
Island in the middle of the ocean. A gigantic storm at the northern it's the northern edge of the continent, right?
Yeah, just beyond that, like shrouded is like it's told like there's a rumor, don't never go here, there's a bunch of monsters, it's really bad, but you think that may have been a rumor cultivated by the Cantiori.
Oh, and we trioed a Colossus. That's pretty cool, right?
Yes, yeah, fully took
Yes.
down a big bad Colossus. Yeah, that was the nasty one.
The amount
Oh,
of crits tonight
those
was
back-to-back
insane.
crits.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, it was like 4 or 5 crits just in a row, practically. So cool. What was the name of that Colossus? Because
Ooh, yeah.
I'm writing sections right now,
Thomas.
and I
Thomas.
have for how does your determination to rid the mortal realms of evildoers align with your beliefs? I've wrote that in as our duty is the thread that binds us, and friends for it. But when I'm writing in what act of bloodshed brought us together, I would like to formally enshrine the defeat of this Colossus as the act that really brought us together.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Honestly, it does have a stat block name, but it never came up, and it was never like given a name. The only reason the Akiri Colossus had a name was because it was named after the Akiri Mesa that rose up out of the ground. So
Yeah.
I mean, you guys fought this thing. It had like a rhinoceros like kind of quality to it. It had like a serpentine quality to it. So if it had a name, you guys would be the ones to have given it.
I mean, Thither already gave it. It's Thomas.
It's Thomas. Yeah, Thomas the Train. Yes.
I'll call it Thomas, the Blackstone Colossus.
Yeah. Very cool.
Thomas,
Incredible.
the big
Yeah.
engine that couldn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything was in the right place at the right time to seed in a big lore drop there that will absolutely influence the parts of this campaign. I think over the next couple of over the next like handful, 3, 4, 5 sessions, this campaign may start to come to a climactic conclusion. But we have some other elements, and we have our Outlaws table that connected to our regular table of heroes here. But you all know of each other, you know where you are, and all it's going to take is for you all to kind of come together.
Super cool.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah,
that was really fun.
Thanks.
I don't know.
Thanks for having me, y'all. I
Yeah.
really appreciate it.
I'm not sure how we're going to do an Outlaws and Heroes table. Maybe we'll have like you two and then Jeremy and Chris all together, and then you guys can play 2 characters, and then Chris and Jeremy can play each one character.
Yeah. I think
And
we'll
then
have to.
we'll maybe like do like a dual Colossus fight or something where we'll jump back and forth a bit. It'll be crazy, but maybe we can make something work. That'd be pretty fun. But yeah, there are there are baddies out there, and you know that this you don't know, but in our cutscene when we originally revealed this like rogues gallery, one of those was an emerald-eyed witch, like kind of like folding and putting out tarot cards at this table of people plotting on Wildlands Gulch's downfall. So we'll see what comes of that later. But now you've heard this great voice from within Telemere asking you all for help and charging you to free it.
Dang.
Fantastic.
Speaking
Can't
of
wait
free, if you don't want to watch us for free, be like Jay Pollo, Bobby, and Mayonk and join our Patreon.
Don't
They're
watch us
incredible
for free.
people, and we love them. And thank you so much for not watching us for free. I
Shout out
mean, you don't
to-
have to not watch us for
Who's
free, but
watching?
dang, they're
And
freaking cool for
actually-
doing it.
Yeah.
That's all.
But yeah. Cool. Well, thanks so much for watching, guys. And to those of you watching on YouTube later, we appreciate and love you. Thank you to my beautiful players. Thank you, Chris, for running the stream. Thanks, Son, for jumping in. Yeah, I can't wait to see where this story goes and where it ends up as we get closer towards wrapping up this campaign frame.
Thank you,
but yeah,
Carter.
Thank you all once
That
again.
was so lovely.
Thank you,
Oh my
Cartier.
God,
That
what a
was
good time.
fun.
What a fun
Running
time.
time.
Love me some shiny blue rock and friendship
You
magic.
do. You do.
I love me some blue. It's everywhere. It's
Wow.
I got
Yeah.
I got Elden
Wow.
Glaze here. It's yeah, it's everywhere.
Nice.
Cool.
All right.
Well, thanks,
Thank you,
friends.
everybody.
Go get some sleep. Take
Live
care.
La Flor. Goodbye, Julia's mom.
Live La Fleur.
Bye, Julia's
Hi,
mom.
Julia's mom.
Bye.
Bye, Calliope.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
I'm